Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything good, but this.
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
I was thinking the same.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Let's hope so. This picture.
It's very...
special? This
It's...
special?
Even if you manage to escape, there's nothing but hills and forests for 100 miles.
Imagine how many poor lunatic...
え
音声が載ってなかったっぽい。
Creeping me out.
申し訳ない。
どっちの
声。
え
ごめん。
お前何年配信やってんだよ。
いや、
俺もこの前やったよ。
ごめん。ごめん。
何年同じことしてんの。
いや、でも、それでもたまにやるミスだってことを許して。
でも、声が乗ってないよって教えてくれるってことは、見てくれてる人がいるってことやんな。
ごめん、自分で気づいたわ。黙らないでもらえます？
Insane ghosts in the woods,
イ
Marty.
カれた幽霊たちが森にいるんだって。中見くんは幽霊と人間どっちが怖いと思ってる？
Sonny, it's not funny.
なんでどっちか決めなあかん？
じゃあどっちがより怖いと思ってる？
いやー、個体差。個体差あるだろ
We
う。
should check in first.
それ
そん
いや
な、
それはそう
At
なん
least
だけ
let's
ど
make
さ
our。presence known.
全然どっちもあるだろ
うんうん。
う。シチュエーションだよね、シチュエーション。結局。
We should go to
だから
reception first.
その、
Let the
はっと夜目が覚めた時に枕元にいるっていうので、
うん。い
This guy
怖いのは
seems strangely
幽霊だよ。
familiar to me.
やまあまあね。びっくりしちゃうしね、単純に。あ、ワコワコー。ということで。
で、夜道に出会って怖いのは人だよ。
そうだね。
そうな
You
んだよ。
don't say. You've been treated here too. That would explain a lot.
まあとりあ
Oh,
えず
don't be
あらす
stupid.
じ
I'm
として
serious. Take a closer
双子の兄の死体について何か知りませんかっていうことで年末年始を返上してここに来ましたっていう話だね。
No.
はい。
Well,
No, it can't be.
Well,
Are
well,
you telling me
well,
it's him?
well.
M.B. Davis himself?
MB デイビスっていうのはあれだよね、トランペッターじゃないや、サックス吹いてた人だっけ？
パブにもポスターにいたやつ？
いや、サニーの部屋で飾ってた写真の人じゃない？
あ、そっちか。
I'm sure of it, pal. It seems the gossip was true.
ほら、
The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Oh, no, no, no.
めっちゃショック受けてる。推しがここにいたなんてっていう。
It doesn't matter how big a star you once were. Ending up lonely and crazy in a rotting insane asylum in the middle of nowhere is like the universe restoring its balance.
Hmm.
That was very poetic of you, Marty. Almost deep. Careful you don't drown.
Cluck you.
怒ってる。じゃあ
Ah, like an angel from heaven, isn't she?
Yeah, half of her's still up there, I think.
That's rude.
Oh, boo-hoo.
ほ
ブーをそのままブーって訳すのびっくりだね。
ー。おしゃれですね。
話しました。
Of all the great wild ones.
見えてないですよ。
お顔が見えません。
Greetings, miss.
お嬢さんなん
Is
だ。
it really you?
Well,
Yes, it really is you. The chicken police.
ファンガや。
なるほどね。
I'm afraid so.
Of all that's furry and plumy, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness.
まじまじのマジモンじゃん。
Miss,
ちょっ
we'd
と
like
痛
to
めな
ask-
ファンだ。
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really excited. You know, I've read every
ガチ
book
マジ
about
ファン
you
じゃん。
and your adventures, and I even collected newspaper articles when I was a little girl.
こいつさ、こいつさ、肘から先太すぎてキモくね。
いや、大体そうだよ。
Indeed.
こいつ、ワニかけでキモいな。
You can't imagine what an honor it is to
お
meet you
顔
in
が見え
person.
ませんが。
We really...
Oh God, oh God, oh God. Take a deep breath, Miranda. Take a
震え
deep
てる
breath.
ね、首が。
Are you okay, miss?
そこもなんだ。なんも見えてないじゃん。
Yes, I am. I just needed some air. So, dear detectives, Santino and Martin, what can I do for you?
Well, miss, we have some questions, if you don't mind.
I'd love to answer all of your
まあでも
questions,
こういう人
detectives.
ってあれしやすいから、いろいろと誘導というかね、聞き込みしやすいからね、協力的だし。
まあ確かに。ファンガやし。
お顔全く見え、ここずっとないの気になるよな。顔が見えない。看護婦ミランダキリンメス、活力と希望とあらゆるものに満ちた女性、欠点があるとすれば俺たちの大ファンだと言ってんだ。
だいぶマイナスポイントだね。
いやいやいや、そんなことないでしょ。マイナスじゃない、プラスだって。
痛いファンすぎる。
精神病院のデスクに座っていた過度なまでに親身な看護婦。人って見る人が違うとこうも違うんだね。ミランダという名前の女でチキンポリスの大ファンだという。逆に言えばそれしかわかりませんっていう話でしょ。
Sorry, but I still can't believe it's really you.
Neither can we.
You can't imagine how wonderful it is that I can help you in one of your cases.
ああ、知らんがなって顔してる。
And maybe
知らないな。
ていうか、この女性も首から上はもちろんそうなんだけど、体自体も大きいね。
Miss,
や
those
ばいね。
books aren't really...
Don't even tell me. No, no, no. I don't want to know. Let it be a surprise instead.
ああ。
No, I didn't mean...
Leave it to me, Sonny. I'm good at this. Thank you, miss. Your words are very flattering, and
もしかして今から普通に騙すんじゃない？
まあ普通に騙す
No,
でしょ。
I thank you. I'll never forget this day.
まあ逆に言えばこれだけチキンポリスっていう名前で有名なのに、こういう大ファンと一人も出会わなかった。あ、いや、一人は出会ったか。あのウサギは出会ったな。そうだな。
うん。
We won't either, that's for sure.
we're happy to bring you joy, miss. Anytime.
何がいつでもどうぞなんですか？
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed into a military
ちゃん
hospital.
とした病院だ。
Since then, we're relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous specialist.
結構でかいよね。
The place seems pretty empty. Do many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and, of course,
ちゃんとしたと
the
こじゃん。
heart and soul of our institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
32って少ない気するな。
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal, is he the director here?
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor.
へ
And
ー
even a friend.
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
So, who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology
あ、
and
でもちゃんと勉
psychotherapy.
強してる女性ですね。
Psycho. What?
Unraveling the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century, Mr. McChicken.
That's really good to know.
So, this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet other important persons?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the
ベリー
time.
ね。
うん。
I thought so.
あ、そうだ、リストバンドがきっかけでここにたどり着いたんだよね。あのフクロウさんの話から。
Now, what can you say about this, miss? Have you seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Huh. I see.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents. But I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us, the chicken police.
利用してるよ。
Sorry, I can't.
頑張ってる。偉いね。
Miranda, this case is a matter of
負けんな。
life and death.
デート券ぐらいつけろ
Are。in your hands.
All right.
チェキもつけちゃう。
All right. I'll do it.
つけないで教えてくれた。
Albert Wessler. The patient's name is Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
まあまあそうよね。
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush. And don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
何秒の約束でしょうか。
何秒かわ
So
かん
when
ない
can
け
we
ど、
talk
こいつ死ぬから
to
ね。
Mr.
多分
Wessler?
そうなの？
死ぬでしょ。秘密ペラペラ喋る女。
そう。
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
Thank you.
いなくなった。
聞いてくれるってさ。
ね。
It doesn't matter how big a
That was
あ、
very
検閲がされてる。
you.
検閲？これ？
やっぱ YouTube 的に気違いはダメらしい。
ああ。そうそうそう。さっきね。セソ
ヘビか
ースケツァコトルケツァルコアトル石緑錦ヘビオス冷淡で疎遠なプロフェッショナルどこか気味が悪い。
ヘビだからね。
この教授は実に多彩な動物だ。科学者であり物書きであり哲学者でありその他諸々の肩書きを持っている。大金持ちなんだよね。さっきの話が本当だと。
No.
およ
Dr. Quetzal will see you. He's waiting for you in his office.
階段を上
Up
が
the
って
stairs, all the way down the
廊下
hall
を直
until the
進
last
して
door.
最後の本当にもうま
What
じ
a
まじの奥か。
surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What do you mean?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
I see. We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
Great wild ones protect him.
Where is he?
おお。 音楽変わった怖いよ。
No idea, Marty.
The smell of all that's furry. I'll never get used to it.
Well, reptiles have a disgusting body odor, Marty, but they feel exactly the same about us.
でしょうね。お前はいつも飲まれる側だからな。
ああ、そうかそうか。
Exactly.
うわ。
Great wild ones, you scared the hell out of me.
I already sensed your arrival from afar.
シュデン。
You know, snakes have a different sense of smell, and birds used to be our prey once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
怖い人がおる。
だいぶ。
お顔がね、見えましたね。あと、こいつね。危険極まりない異常者だって。
わお。
アルバート・ウェスラーが精神病院から行方不明となっていた。これは大当たりかもしれない。
Why do you have bars on your windows?
Because it's a room like all the others, and I'm just an animal too, like all our residents.
With the significant difference of you being a doctor and not a patient. Am I right?
It's not as big of a difference as you'd think.
まあ、そうかもね。
Your office
ち
is
ょっと進めてていいよ。
rather
トイレ行ってく
pure.
る。
あ、はいはい、ください。
Simple, I mean.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, yes.
ちょっとね。
I can't let my mind wander from my work. I only keep what's
オ
essential
フィ
in
ス
my
には
office.
置きません。
I see. That makes sense.
ほにょー。普通にめちゃくち
Is
ゃ
this
怖い
cell
です。
like the
独
others?
房言うとる。
I would rather call it a room. But yes, it's like all the others, except there are even bigger ones than this.
今日はね、ちょっと関係ない話するんだけど、リアル脱出ゲーム行ってきて、帰りに、スクラップさんのところだったんだけど、謎図鑑っていう本と、あと、幽霊城からの脱出っていう大人の謎解き絵本ってやつをね、買ってきて、謎解き絵本はね、一切わからない。よいしょー。お茶ね、作るようにしてるんですけど、美味しいです。シュラシュシュシュチュク
An isle of reason in a sea of insanity.
Insanity is such a strong word, and it's mostly an abstract idea. Where does
誇
insanity
張の夢っ
start?
ていう話
And
よ
how
ね。
long is one not insane? Interesting questions. Am I normal? Or are you? Maybe neither of us.
You see, that's something I think about a lot nowadays.
If you like, I can give you an appointment.
Oh, this is your chance, Sonny. Don't miss it. We're already here.
Marty, clock up.
本当にうる
Are
さ
you
い。
very busy?
I am.
So, escaping is impossible.
If I'd want to escape, I have the privilege of using the door.
まあね。よいしょ。よいしょ。
A snake. I can't help it, but they make my feathers stand on end.
鳥肌が立っちゃうって可愛い言い方だね。
I have a hard time bearing their proximity. My blood boils and my heart bangs. It's the primordial fear, they say.
食事中の人とか虫が嫌いな方には大変申し訳ないんですけど、 その人間がゴキブリを嫌う理由っていうのは本当に原始的な理由だというふうに言われていて、あれなんだってね。昔はゴキブリってもうちょっと体が大きくて、その人間の前に割と立ちはだかることができるぐらいの大きさだったっていう風に言われてるんだよね。だからあれだけ怖いっていうお話らしいんですけど、もう少しかかりそうかな。話できればね、聞く前に戻ってこられたらって思うんだけど。
To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say I was expecting it.
What an introduction.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken, from
the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
あの女性が多分広めたんでしょう
We're
よ。
used to it.
Certainly.
We have some questions about one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific,
Aye, aye.
detective.
おかえり。
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
なんかこの世界観やっぱ面白
We
いな。
know you know it's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about
尋
him?
問しそうこれ。
Because
するでしょ
regrettably has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service, but you must understand I can't disclose information about my patients.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, detective. This is
いや
a
生死に関わることで
even
も
if it's primarily for the
生死に
mind,
は関わりますよ。
not the body.
体にも関係ありますよ。
Still, I'd like to give the impossible
う。
a
人気は違う
try.
な。
Please, detective, just do your job.
シュッシュめてね。
I'll
シュシ
do
ュ見てく
mine.
ださい。お、尋ねるからですね。まあそうですよね。よいし
How
ょ。
long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time, his first symptoms surfaced in his teens.
フルコースだ。
Depression,
フルコースだね。
panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
無償なんだ。
Then how do you sustain
片
yourself?
ほどね、怖いものないですよ。
まあね。
By the grace of the treasury of King Hector III.
あ、そっちに繋がるんだ。
I wouldn't
嘘
have
つ
guessed
け
that.
よ。
My family and the royal dynasty had always been on good terms, Mr.
絶対アコ
Santino.
ギだぞ。
あー、来たー。早かったな、尋問。
What kind of a place is this exactly? I assume it wasn't built as an insane asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the occupation in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century, until finally it went to the crown of Clawville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance. Tell me, Doctor, do you know Madame Zavas?
でかいヘビ女。
Just like everybody else, I've heard
で
of
かいヘ
her,
ビがね。
but I never had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
う
Oh,
ん。
you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance.
怖いこ
The
とをおっ
spare
しゃ
cell
る
would。suit her very
いやね。
much.
Is that so?
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
来ましたよ。尋問が。その前に見るもん見ましょう。彼の一家は100年以上にわたってこの精神医療施設とその土地を代々管理してきた面白い父子だ。
うん。
まあよくある話ではあるけれど。クラウビルの建国以降、同国の征服が試みられたことが一度だけある。ハラール帝国が植民地を除くクロービル全域を手中に収め、622年から677年まで同国を統治していた。この年代は半世紀占領時代と呼ばれ、最終的にはスウォラッソとブラボースラビアの支援によってクロービルの主権は取り戻されることとなった。
うん。
ここら辺の話ってリアルのその歴史とかと関連があったりとかってすることあるの？
ないと思うな。そもそも年代があまりにもぐちゃぐちゃというか、すぎるから、独自のものじゃない。だからペーパーズプリーズと近いんだろうなって感じがするけどね。
すごいよね、ここまでなんか独自の世界観があるのは。
うん。
よいしょ。
Dr. Quetzal's a real mystery. But I can turn that to my advantage. I just need to focus on the strangest pieces of the puzzle.
始まりましたよ。
うん。
So when did Albert become a resident of your
こいつ
institute?
の正面顔怖っ。
怖い。
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call him, arrived here almost exactly 4 years ago.
あ、二人ともやってきたんだね。
Could you describe that day more specifically?
It was not long after New Year's Eve,
1月
maybe
の
the
第一
first
週。
week of the year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging
雨のせいで停電なんだ。
incessantly on the windows. The power was going out for short periods of time.
What was your first impression of them?
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were. Or at least I knew one of them, Hobart Wessler. He was famous. Gangster,
散々じゃん。
moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
He was new to me, an invisible grey ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence
そうだよね。
secret.
あれ、双子の存在ってどっから知ったんだっけ？
俺たち
うん。
俺たちは、レッサーパンダじゃなかったっけ？違うっけ？
Why?
Because they were ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland. That's how it usually is.
What was your first impression of him?
He was silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were
怖がりだったの。
constantly moving, never
あ、どうだ。
stopped for a second.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution voluntarily. It looked as if he couldn't wait to be here, alone, locked up in
理解できてしまう
silence
な。
and darkness.
Didn't you think of that as unusual?
Of course I did, but who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
特体でね。
ああ。詳細に執着。マイナスだね。スタートがマイナスだ。上かな。普通に聞きたいこと聞いてみるか。
うん。
What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
You know, if an institution like ours has to accept a Wessler as a guest, there's bound to be some favoritism.
And complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case for all our
教えてくれなかった。
patients, Mr. Featherland.
Of course. So in what way did he receive more than the others?
Basically, we don't admit anyone into our institution without a complete and thorough prior assessment. In the case of Albert, we put that aside.
So you didn't even know if he had anything wrong with him?
Initially, no. He was more of a guest than a
へ
patient.
え。かくまういい場所ではあったんじゃないここが。
うんうん。
無双か。なるほどね。でも印象はもう聞いたし、普通に真ん中かな。
まあいいんじゃない。
How did Albert relate to you?
Albert was immensely sophisticated and polite, so much so that his
お前が言うんじゃ相当だ
emotions
な。
and thoughts could not be deciphered.
And that's why you thought of him as an exciting
まあまあ
case.
確かにそうだね、面白いなって
That's
思う。
right, Mr. Featherland. I see you're starting to
Ah,
get to
喜んでる、
know
喜んで
me
る。
in some way.
I'm just doing my job, Doctor.
You and me both.
あ、上がった。
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no other reason for the cause of his seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes,
今日嵐だよね。
especially on
だいぶ。
stormy
そうだ
days,
よね。
took the reins over their shared mind.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert left our institution for the first time.
He did what? Left the institution? More than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions
許されるんだ、そういうの
until
は。
the last time, when he failed to come back.
脱走したのか、認可したのか。
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Focus. Addicted to details.
細かいことへのこだわ
こ
り。
だわり。混乱中って書いてあるよ。
なんで？じゃあまあ細かいこと聞こうよ。
そうだね。
上から2番目が一番細かいんじゃない？
細かいね。
When and why did Albert leave the institution for the first time?
It was about 2 years ago. Mr. Hobart Wessler appeared and demanded we let his brother go free. Naturally, we obliged. We had no idea if we'd ever see him again.
But you did.
He returned the same day. Albert was ecstatic. He
流
was
暢って。
unrestrained. I could almost say happy.
That was unusual for him.
I had never seen him like that before, Mr. Featherland.
怖
He
い。
just smiled and stared at the empty wall for hours.
Did he ever tell you what happened to him?
まあ、壁おもろいからね。だいぶ。
その話ね、未だに私あんまり理解できていないんだけど。
Of course
壁はおもろい。
he did. Albert and I had a good relationship.
シミの数を
He
数えた
was
りでしょ。
working on a painting for his brother.
彼はお兄さんのために絵画を描いていました。
え
Was it a painting of a lovely lady cat?
あれ
Exactly.
え
You already
あれそうなん
knew
だ。
about that.
ってことは両方に関係を持ってたってこと？
Yes, Dr.
Gaka.
Quetzal. I've seen it.
なる
まあ、なっちゃんについては知りたいですね。
ほど。ね。聞くか、直接。
Has Albert ever talked to you about Natasha?
Only in superlatives, as if he wasn't talking about
Ah.
a real person, but an ethereal being, about an angel or a demon, something that is not of this world.
And what did you think about his fantasies?
We are in an institution where almost everyone is hallucinating on a daily basis, Mr. Featherland.
医者だね、お前は。
医者だ
But
ね。
the fluctuations of positive and negative were more disturbing.
Thanks, Doc. I didn't understand a word, but I think I get the point.
サニーは今、敵に回したよ、今。
うん。
So Albert left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person.
ってことは
But
ナターシャがき
unfortunately,
っかけ
his
で彼が
seizures
どんどん
also
どんどんどんどん
multiplied
や
and
ばいやつにな
became
っていったと
more dangerous.
やっぱね、そういう
More dangerous.
ファムファタルは必要ですからね。
Himself. And on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his
危険
confined
な女性だったってこと
personality
だ。
was taking
Hmm.
over their shared mind
めっ
entirely.
ちゃいいんだから。
My
何が？
peace.
危険な女が。
Do you think the painting
一番いい
caused it?
Not the painting, Mr. Featherland.
But its subject.
Exactly. He was obsessed right until that fateful day when he returned to us for the last time.
What exactly happened that day, Doctor?
It wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but
あ
his
ああ、はい
gorillas.
はいはい
Not
はいはいはい。
literally, I mean.
あ、ボディーガードがね。
And Albert was in a terrible, terrible state.
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr. Featherland.
It could be vital to the case, Dr. Quetzal. Don't back down.
Oh, you're right. There's no use turning back now.
あらあら。
So, Albert's tongue was torn out or cut off, I don't know exactly. And he was blinded in one eye.
まあ僕最近龍が如くやったんで何とも思わないです。
Missing
そうでした。
entirely.
So you're saying Albert was brought back horribly mutilated?
Yes. And they didn't give any
そんなわ
explanation
け
as to what had
っ
happened.
てことはあの
事故か
フクロウにまた話を聞きに行かなきゃいけないんじゃない？
Accident.
まあ絶対病院来てるだろう
Quetzal
から。
is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability if I want to learn everything about Albert. Focus, confused.
まあ分かりやすいのは外見だな。その、周りから入るのであれば。
ね。混乱してるから。真ん中？
うん。
The two fellas who brought Albert back, could you describe them?
Those two fellas, as you put it, were two remarkably huge, rude men.
A ram and a bobcat, perhaps?
No, one of them was a tiger, if I remember correctly. He had a rather fresh bump under his left eye, and the other one was a penguin.
知らない人かも。
But I've never seen a penguin that big in my entire life.
Did they tell you anything besides it was an accident?
They didn't say anything, but gave an obvious signal that I had to keep quiet about what happened.
黙ってろってことね。いや、上じゃない。
上だよな。
Pull yourself together, Doctor. What was Albert's condition after the incident?
Mind your tone, detective.
Sorry, Doc, but I can see you're disturbed by these memories.
How could I not be? I'm not a monster. We're talking about a mutilated animal here.
So, what was he like after the incident?
Even more silent than ever. No surprise, I suppose. He was not only silent in words, but also in his soul and spirit.
What do you mean by that?
He never painted anything again, and his seizures completely stopped.
What happened then? How did Albert disappear?
そういうお前はどうなんだ。
Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition by then. We even had to transfer him to another cell, a more...
もうカチコチに閉ざした部屋に。
What did Hobart do during the visit?
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother, who was in an almost vegetative state by then.
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or Hobart?
Nothing. For a while, he was trying to signal something. He was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't even write.
Do you think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say,
うわ、
but I'm sure of it.
もう見てられなかったの
How
かな。
did he disappear in the end? Did someone come for him?
ちょっと待ってね、髪の毛が。
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland. He simply disappeared.
うーん。
His door, which only I had a key for, was open.
Did anyone see anything?
No one. We interrogated the staff, even the patients. He simply vanished
そうね。
off the face of the
食べられて骨ま
wilderness.
で残ってないから
We don't
自然界から
know what happened
姿を消してしまったのはあるかもね。
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you, Doctor. You've been a great help.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be of help. But please, I now must attend to my work.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, ドクター。
マット
マットらしい。
アルバート・ウェスラーが姿を消した。だがそいつに何があったのかなんとなくわかる気はする。なるほどね。
That's quite shocking information.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue
別ネズ
torn
ミ
out, he'd be different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
いまだにまだくちばしを慎めっていう発言が出てきていませんが、
We believe you,
終
Doctor.
わ
可能
っちゃうね。
性は
So, can we take a look at Albert's cell?
I'd rather call it his
可能性なんてゼロのことないんだから。
lived in exceptional
あ
壁
り得るよ
跳ね肌って出せるし、壁だって貫通できるかもしれない。
Her name, I guess.
思考回数が足んないだけで。
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favoritism.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
Well, that's
Uah!
surprising.
かっこいいね。
あとは下のイラスト描いたのもウェスラーさんかな。
I've never seen a cell like this before, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind living here myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that.
Danger.
Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and great expectations.
What the dickens?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
I'm on it, boss bird.
うわー、すごい豪華すぎんか。
うん。
やばー。
You know, I don't think he had it so bad in here.
You mean apart from being separated from everyone you love in an ancient mansion filled with
ま
madmen?
あそれはしんどいかもね。
You're right.
As always. Well, I guess the bed has to find a new owner soon.
Are you really so sure he's not alive anymore?
I never said that.
あ、これ
このタッチは見たことあるな。
The style. It's very familiar
だ
to
よ
me.
ね、そうだよね。
You've been lonely for far too long, huh?
Not funny, Marty.
It is, a little. So this is an original Albert Wessler.
ってこと相当腕良かった
I
んだ
think
ね、イラスト
so.
のね。
It's pretty good, I must say. And I saw something very similar in Natasha's room.
You kept me out of it.
Sorry, little boy. Maybe next time.
Whew, it's hot in here.
Okay, Marty, that's enough.
まあ、薬と精神やっちゃってからの方が絵が味わい深くなったりしますからね。
Is this some
うん
kind
まあ
of
否
puzzle?
定はできないけど。
まあ、いいスパイスですね。
I don't think so. But we could still find something important
お
here.
ー、ここ大事
A
そうで
pattern,
す
a
よ。
sign, anything.
おおおお
いいのこんな落書きしちゃって。めっちゃ落書きするやん。
わあ。でもなんかあるよね。なんだろうこれ。
俺数字の羅列が一番気になるかな。
そうだよね。あとこれも。この車だけ色違うよね。大げさに。
うん。青い車だったのかも。 黄色いのが
これ
ナターシャだったとしたら、ナターシャはこのお目目と一緒なんだね。
たくさんの人に見つめられてるとかいう意味？あと、このお星様がなんだろうねっていう感じもするけど。
あと左のシルクハットのやつ鼻血出すぎじゃね？
確かに。何この
鼻血出すぎじゃね？
これね。あ、消えた。あー、でもなんかかけるってことは何かしらできるんだな、これ。他の情報を見てからにする？
まあそれでもいいだろうし。
うん。いろいろあるよ。
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever comes of that.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Of all the wild ones, Marty.
あ、やったー。
Okay.
やったー。慎んでくれてよかったー。
やったー。はい、これにて、チキンポリス、終了となりますが。
お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様。
あ、そうっすね。完走した感想としてはまあいいタイムだったんじゃないですか、多分。
いや、いいタイムだったよ、マジで。
1ヶ月半ぐらい。
このタイミングで出てくるんだ。くちばしを慎んでもらえるって、ちょっとくちばしを慎めっていう言葉とはちょっとね、柔らかい言葉にはなりましたけど。
いやー、よかったですね。
本当にあるなんて思わなかった、私。
いや、可能性がゼロのことってないんだよ。あるんだよ。
すごい。
ありがとうございました。いや、勇気を与えられたね。
いや、でも、マジでそう。なんでこんなに喜ぶんだ、この。
いや、ありがたいな。
Just use your imagination, old bird.
なんかあるかな、他に。
Look at that. A letter.
お、
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems. Perfect chaos.
Just like the troubled mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
喧嘩しような。
Isn't this familiar, Sonny? Just like your office and your desk. Taking a better look around, I can find even more
言われてますよ。
similarities.
おめえおかしいよって言われてるじゃん。
言われてますよ。
Okay, okay. Shut up, Marty. I know.
他なんか見れそうなところあるかな。よいしょ。あ、まだも見れるみたい。
A small window, a small hope. A small...
この窓から抜け出せた可能性は全然ある。
まあネズミちっちゃいからね。
手がかり。アルバート・ウェスラーが姿を消した。だがそいつに何があったのかなんとなくわかる気はする。イブンはおそらく自分の弟アルバート・ウェスラーを殺し、ジップにその死体を捨てさせたのだと思われる。合理的な説明としてはとりあえずはそんなところだろう。弟を殺すってなあ。冷静で感情を少なく自身の分野においてはプロらしい姿勢を崩さないが、そんな彼もアルバートの身に起きたことには感情をあらわにした。当然の反応だとは思う。
うん。
アルバートの兄イブンはナターシャの絵を描かせるために弟を数回精神病院から連れ出していた。もしかするとこれが動機かもしれない。
本当？
本当に？で、あと、物が2つ。
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman.
やっぱこの女が全てを狂わしたんだ。
いいね。
I know I don't exact I don't イグなんて読むの？
どれが
これ
resist。
どういう意味？ Because you don't see me, but I'm not what you think I'm.
あ、
私自身をあなたが考えてる。どれだけ考えてるか。You don't think about me, do you? Never know.
これはあれやね。たっちゃんへのラブレターじゃないですか。
そうだよね、そうだよね。考えてないわけないだろうってことだよね。You know, for I am thinking about light. Can you feel it? Can you feel that I'm there too? なるほどな。どのように感じてるかってことをやっぱめちゃくちゃに伝えてたってことだな。
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for
もう
her.
後半は
I'm afraid
も
he did
う暴れてる
exactly
ね。
that.
暴れてるね。
ホルミホルミホルミ。
What do you make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't know. What should I?
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed soon.
入れ替わってる感じするな。
Why do you have to be so
君の
melodramatic
那
all
覇か
of a
もしれ
sudden?
ない。
If I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside
だから
down.
イブンが急になんかこ
ね
う、仕事についてわけわかんなくなっちゃったのは、そのタイミングで本物の兄ちゃんが死んじゃってて、
そうだよね。
I
なん
just
で
have
しょ
to
う
think
ね。
things through before I come to any hasty conclusions, Marty.
You're killing me.
あ、こんばん
So,
は。
what now?
こ
Where
んばん
to?
は。
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
You're driving me crazy. But all right, let's go home.
What can you tell us about the woman in the photo we saw in Albert's room?
Do you mean Miss Natasha Katsenko? Well,
はめるな。
yes. I don't know much about her, but everyone heard her name and her voice around here.
Did she ever visit this place?
Never. But if you ask me, Natasha probably didn't even know Albert was a resident of our institution.
And Albert, did he mention her often?
Constantly. It was obvious he had an
ワニ
affection
というよ
for
り
Miss
かは
Katsenko,
ヘ
but
ビ
I
かな。
wouldn't have thought for
意
a
識ヘビ。
moment he could escape because of her.
I wouldn't jump ahead, Doctor. Something else could be behind Albert's disappearance.
Do you think so? All the signs clearly indicate this.
Maybe they do, Doctor, but in my line of work, logic's not always the best advisor.
In 99% of cases.
Exactly. But this one typically belongs to the remaining 1%.
If you say so.
So, detectives, have you found what you were looking for?
I'm afraid we have, Doctor. And more.
I wouldn't dare to say I'm happy to hear it, but I'm glad to be of service to you.
Well, thanks, Doc.
I hope I don't offend you by saying I hope we're not going to meet anytime
失
soon.
礼を言うとる。
Not on account of either of our jobs, am I right?
あ、言うとる。
Exactly.
そうっすよね、そうっすよね。それはあんまない方がいいっすよ。
表裏一体なところがあるからね。アルバートはナターシャに惚れ込んだ。命をかけるほど。それが原因で死んだのだろうか。ヘビドクターだよ。
Farewell, Miranda, dear. Lovely to meet you.
So, you'll remember my name?
Marty McChicken never forgets, ma'am.
Oh,
Furry gods.
ファンサが過ぎるぞ、お前。
Bye, miss. It was a pleasure.
お前、粗品の太客への対応と一緒なんだから。
investigating.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
お前、あのアイコンのやつやん
I
な
can。help you with. Please,
Yeah,
just
but-
ask.
Thank you.
もう現代のファン
You've
サじゃ
already
ん。
helped enough.
うん。俺もオープンレックで VV 言わせてた頃は、リスナーの行動を全て把握して
Doesn't
ました
matter
ね。
how big a star you
や
once
るね。
were. Ending up lonely and crazy in a rotting insane asylum in the middle.
That was very.
顔映ってないの。キリンだから。顔でかすぎて、顔一生見れないから。もう無理か。
This picture.
Well, it must have been made by one of the patients, so it's understandable.
It's the handiwork of our director. He's not only a scientist, but he's a great painter, too.
I see.
Well, it's lovely to have a hobby, right?
That's right, Marty. Art heals, doesn't it?
このイラストは癒しというよりかは
Exactly, officers.
楽しい。
楽しいって感じよね。よし。怖いな。行くか。
Oh, I don't believe this.
あ
Those
ー
two
来た来た来
again?
た来た来た。
Take him out. My car won't last much longer.
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
お前、どんなもののために生まれてるな。頑張れー、頑張れー。頑張れー、頑張れー。
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake.
あーすいません。
Drive like you're not a fucking lunatic.
Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow.
何言葉しか言わねえな、こいつら。
何
あ、いいですね。こいつら S ワードと F ワードしか喋らねえ。はい、いいですね。次、降臨です。
はいよ。
Are you blind or what?
はい、いいですね。
Learn to shoot.
あ、ブラインドって言われた。痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。
次、前輪です。
なんかブラインド窓って言われた。
いや、違う。ブラインドは隠れろってことです。
ああ、すいません。
はい、いいですね。適当に打ってればなんとか
やだ
なる。
ー。
Whew. Well, that was close.
すいません。
A little too close for my
す
taste.
いません。
And it only strengthens my
いえいえ。
belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
Well, come on. What did you work out? Will you tell me already?
Sure. Let's put the picture together, piece by piece.
うん。
前回も似たような車の
So,
あのね
We got a
カ
case.
ーチェイスやった時も人狙ってる時に車の後輪とかそっちを狙いよバカみたいなこと言われて、
まあ、人狙っても知らないですからね。
事件の始まりは
まず死体があってじゃないの。
死体
A corpse with a wristband じゃないの。手がかりの。
あ、いやアイテムしかこれ置けない。
あ、そうなの？
小指からかな。あ、違う。
いや、じゃあ、ナターシャからのメッセージじゃないの？
違うね。
違うの？
ああ、そっか。絵を描いたところからスタートしたんだ。イブン。違う？ああ、そっか。ナターシャの家で、この紙幣の一辺が見つかったことから始まったんだ。
うん。
ナターシャは、
今見せようとしたんじゃないの？
そうだよね。
だから、ナターシャは、絵を俺たちに見せようとしたんじゃないの？
you tried to show us the painting.
で、 うか。これか。
And that painting would have shown us the way.
まあ、P じゃない。
B だよね。
To Ibn and Albert Wessler. Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion.
そうだね。何度も会ってたってことだよね。違うか。これか？違う。
Which made Albert
C だね。
俺は D だと思う。
D か。彼と犬飼ったナタシャ。あ、そうだね。
fell in love with Natasha. And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's
精神
heart.
不安定な状態で他の人と成り代わることってできる
So
の
what
か？
happens now?
The inevitable moment.
俺は逆だと思うよ。精神が不安定じゃないと人殺して成り代わろうと思えないと思う。
With the facts.
確かにね。
You mean Albert, right?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about it?
Something stinks, Marty. The whole case seems too intricate.
Too many coincidences, right?
Well, well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
What? No, I snorted.
照れ隠し？
No, you laughed.
照れ隠しだね。
Ah, just leave it,
あ、
Marty.
もう。
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
お前らが松代で。
Pal, that's enough.
いや、2匹とも一応妻いますよ。
お前ら松代です。
Okay. So,
もうお前らの名字を名乗ってくれる妻はいません。
and decided to have her for himself.
マーティはまだギリ。
いやー、アウトでしょ。
まあ、年末年始おらんからな。
アウトでしょ。
And his best chance was to trade places with Ibn Wessler.
女は口説くし。
Torn out tongue.
あ、そうか、だからか。
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he wanted to.
なん
What
て
a
むごいこと
diabolical
を。
plan.
More like insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
二重人格ね。
So the messages were written by one of his personalities.
Something like that, Marty. But we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
こんなもんあるけど。
To finally finish
いよ
what
い
we
よ
started.
クライマックスってことになるのかな？こうなると。
本当かなーって感じだけどな。
まだなんかあるでしょっていう気はするんだけど。
Well, if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it now, boss. You won't.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap everything up.
うん。
お、ルイスとマーティがおるよ。
Lewis became kind of part of the team in the end, didn't he?
You mean Leopold?
Ah, damn it. Did I mess that up again?
No, I'm just joking. You said it right this time.
わざとじゃなかったんですか？間違えてた。
まさか。
You know, if it weren't for the bunny, we never would have made it this far.
We can't deny that even if we want to. We owe him a lot. Hey, Lewis. You weren't awake all night because of us, were you?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a great honor to be part of the
ああ、早
team.
口オタクだ。口オタク。
圧倒されてる。
What is it?
You, Lewis, you don't stutter anymore.
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
Oh. I must be exhausted. It happens sometimes.
とか
It's back.
So, thanks again, Lewis. You always get us out of trouble.
Come on, boys. Don't even mention it. It is me who is grateful to be a part of an adventure of the chicken police.
Maybe the last one, too.
Hey, Sonny, don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Pardon?
Nothing.
So, you're going now?
そう。
逆に滑舌
We
がい
have
いな。
no other choice, Lewis.
こいつ実は本当に普通に喋れるだろ
We've already
うん、
come
なん
this
かそんな
far.
気するね。
You're brave, gentlemen. I'm honestly impressed.
Well, the rabbit's onto something.
This isn't about money. Not about courage or pride either. It's simply,
Stubbornness.
mostly, yeah. It hurts even to think about it. But without this
羽ぼう
feathered
き野
Esther,
郎。
it wouldn't have worked.
口悪すぎませんか？
I hope he'll be okay this time. Because if he gets hurt, Laura will literally tear out my throat.
怖すぎ。
Look, Sonny, I think if we go now, there's no turning back. Not today, at least. So, are you ready?
I'm still
Yeah.
thinking about it, Marty.
いや。
Look, Sonny,
I'm still thinking.
I just realized. Ibn at the Tsar Club.
遅くない？
Yes, Marty. Albert's been Ibn for a long time now. You remember what Natasha said about him?
That he's been acting strange recently?
Exactly. Like he's not himself anymore.
And was almost hitting us in the face.
どうしたの？おしっこしてる？
違うよ。最近ね、水出しの緑茶を買って、
あ
そうそう、100均でね、大きいやつに入れて飲んでるんだけど、
あ。はい。
かなり美味しい。
Don't blame yourself, Marty. We couldn't have figured that out just by ourselves. The whole story's too twisted for that.
Well, it's how we make our living, Sonny. And I'm sure we'll have plenty more twisted cases to come.
Who knows, Marty? It's not up to us. It's mostly not up to us, in fact.
Yeah, right.
うさぎって本当に可愛いよね。
Do you think the
わかる
asylum was in on it? I mean, covering up Albert's disappearance?
You know that reptiles give me the creeps. One of them even set fire to that ship. But
未だに
oddly
根に
enough,
持って
the
る。
doctor seemed honest to me.
He seemed like a patient to me. Seriously, I thought everyone was crazy in that place.
Yeah. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he doesn't become a monster.
Are you still talking about the doctor?
Good question.
自分たどでも
So, what's the
みたいよ
plan?
うな
We shove the letter in our theory in
言わ
his
れてる
face
よう
and
な。
see what happens?
Something like that, Marty. I think our presence will be enough for the truth to come out.
I really hope you're right, Boss Bird.
We have no other choice. So I hope so too.
Do you think it's a love triangle? I mean, could Natasha love Albert as well?
Good question, Marty. But I don't think so. When I first spoke to Natasha, she told me she loved Ibn in her own way.
In her own way, huh? And could she love two rats in her own way?
Maybe. Maybe she even suspected the truth, but didn't dare admit it, even to herself.
So, what do you think now that it's clearer?
I don't know, Marty, but I believe Natasha didn't mean to be bad. Not intentionally, at least.
I'm not as sure of that as you are, boss. But we'll find that out pretty soon, I guess.
I think Natasha was very much aware that wherever she goes, disaster follows her.
まあ
But it's not
疫
her
病
fault,
神ってや
and
つ
she
だよ
can't do
ね。
anything about it.
美しすぎ
There are
てさ。
people like that.
Really? You don't say. Someone remarkably similar came to
疫
mind
病
right
神
now.
You mean me, right?
Who can even read minds?
Maybe you're right, Marty. Maybe you're right.
Okay, so when you feel we can leave, just point to the place on the map and we'll be off.
Thanks, partner. I'll do that.
おお。結局
You
虫の
remember
町に
that
は行かな
case
かっ
with
た
the
ね。
goat?
まだでも完全に終わりとは確定してないし、
Kids of a young goat mother.
なんともわからないね。
She cut open his stomach and filled it with rocks.
狂った狼が若いヤギの母親の子供たちをむさぼり食っちまって、その復讐にヤギが7匹の子ヤギの話。
Do I remember? I'll never forget it. Hell, that was a slaughterhouse. As far as I know, she even took the
なぞっ
remains
たや
of
つ
the
がいたの
kids
か。
with her. But how did that come to mind?
それかこの昔話がそのまんまこの世界観では
This
リアル
was
になっ
that
てる。
shop. The goat mother was running it. They found the dead wolf in here.
This one exactly? Good gods.
Yeah, before it was closed down. When there was still some life here. Not even that now. Just the void.
Yeah. Spooky place, that's for sure.
Still, I love to live here.
Sonny, you're creepy. Eesh, just looking at the window gives me the creeps.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. The shop used to be open for a while, even after the incident. One of the goat's relatives was running it until someone from the dead wolf family tried to burn it down.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
えぐいなあ。次豚さん、豚さん未だに出
Did
てきて
you
ない。
forget anything, Sonny?
うん。
No, I just thought I'd take a look. Might be the last time I see it.
You becoming sentimental?
Who knows? Maybe I am.
Oh, that's cute.
Should I say it?
I know, Sonny. I can still get out.
But you won't.
On the beak.
Thanks, pal.
Forget about it. I'd be bored to death otherwise.
ほら、片付けられてる。
What was the last book you read, Sonny?
Something by Herringway, if I remember correctly.
Wow, really?
No.
Oh.
あれはしろよ。
Strange. If they weren't here anymore, I'd miss them. Even though I know I'm never gonna read them.
I can't even recognize the city in daylight.
Like a raving lunatic while asleep, right?
怖い
It's
こ
like
とをおっし
we're
ゃ
the
る。
only ones awake in the whole world.
朝一だもんね。
うん。
ちょっとお手洗い行ってきていいですか？
どうぞ。
行きます。
しゃ。じゃあ、これから、配信で話しちゃいけない話をたくさんしよう。政治とかどうですか？政治。そうっすね。なんかお腹の調子がお互いに今悪くて、こう夏って、こう、恒常的に温度が高いから、内臓系がすごく痛みやすいんですよね。熱中症って、お腹壊すんですよ。熱中症になったことない人すいませんね。熱中症ってすごいお腹壊すんですけど、なんでかっていうと、人の体温って36度から37度あるじゃないですか。で、それ以上の、いわゆる体感温度とか、その実装の車の中とか、蒸し暑い状況とかずっと日光を浴びてるって状態になると、その体温を取り込む、温度を、体温を超えた状態で取り込んじゃうんですよ。そうすると、普段36度、7度で保たれてる内臓器類が、茹で上がっていくんですね。 そうすると機能が弱くなっていったり、異常が出たりする。こういうメカニズムになってるので、この時期はお腹壊しやすいんですけど、今年はやっぱ輪にかけて壊しやすいっすね。9月の本当に中旬ぐらいまでは今ぐらいの気温が続くらしくて、35度以上の猛暑日が続くらしいんですけど、例えばクーラーとか、そういうエアコンとかを効かした部屋の中でも、パソコンとかゲーム機とかの熱を発しやすい近くにいると、実は部屋は冷えてて外側は冷えてるけど、その自分のその体とそのパソコンの間の熱がすごいことになってたりとかするんですね。そういうので間接的に、熱がこもった状態になったりすると、やっぱお腹とかを壊しちゃったりするんで、適度にお部屋から外出てね、いろいろ行動したりする方が逆にいい。外は暑いけど、ね、ちょっとぐらいの時間で、ちゃんとその、帽子をかぶったりとか、日射病対策、太陽対策をしていけば、やっぱ今の時期って、やっぱね、暑いことによるメリットもあるからね、熱を感じることができたり、夏らしさを感じれるとか。で楽しむ方向に持っていくのが一番いいですよって、みんな言いますよね。うるさい。本当に。夏なんてなくていい、全然。35度を超える夏は夏じゃなくて、普通にバカ。アホ。うんち。みんなが言ってる夏っていうのは30度ぐらいでちょっぴり暑くて、なんか夏の日差しが気持ちいいぜ、海最高みたいな温度のことであって、35度を超える日のことではないじゃん。ね。いいんだよ。これがもう、今日涼しいなーっていう日がさ、27度ぐらいでさ、今日暑いなーっていう日が31度、2度ぐらいの日だったら1000円もね、全然許しちゃってもいいかなって思うんだけど、違うじゃん。ね。今日涼しいなっていう日が32度で、今日暑いなっていう日が35度、6度あるじゃん。それだと違うんだよね。そうなると、やっぱ体は持っていかないんで、ね、普通に、もう、シェルターという名のね、自宅に引きこもるしかないんじゃないかなって思うっすね。バカだれね。なんかやっぱ違うんだよね。今って実は、東京と沖縄って、東京の方が、猛暑日多いんですよ。それなんでかっていうと気候的な問題で、東京はその湿度が低いっていう関係上、気温が上がりやすい。で、沖縄は湿度が高いっていう都合上、気温が限度を超えた暑さにならない。から、東京が36度、沖縄が32度っていうことが結構ある。ですね。どっちももちろん暑いけどね。だから、今までの日本って、その沖縄みたいな暑さだったから、今日暑いな、汗も出るわ、もうシャツとかすぐびしょびしょだわ、だったんですけど、今はもうカラッカラな上にもう熱が同行してるから、汗が出ないんですよ。汗が出ないの。歩いて駅まで行く10分間の間の、その半分 ?5 分ぐらいの段階で汗が全部出尽くしちゃって、で、もう駅着く頃にはもうほんと汗も全くかいてない。ただただ、肌の表面がじっとりしてるみたいな状態になる。これが熱中症ですね。カスなんですよ、普通に。バカカスうんこちんちんなんですね。早く終わってほしいなーっていう反面、これで冬もね、例年以上に冷えたら、さすがに、やっぱ、有馬動きますって感じですよね。
何がどうするんですか
ね。困っちゃいますよねって話でした。
はーい。有馬動きますって何すんの？
いや、なんか、座り込みとか。
I thought about it too, Marty, but I'm still searching for a lunatic who'd take the job.
デモとか。
I'm sure Lewis would do it. I'd love to see him in a fancy little skirt.
暑い。
Moron, but at least you finally managed to remember his name.
いや、もう大ボク様ね。もう、暑いって。
やっぱ、わざと間違えようとしてるんだって。
ポケモンスリープから、
Maybe I am really
ピたちが木の実をたくさん集めてくれていますって通知来た。
あ、かわいいね。
うるさい。
Huh. Maybe I am
お前は寝るとき
really
と起きると
motivated.
きにしか会わないんだ。
かわいそうすぎる。
119 days left, Marty, and I'm out of here. As soon as I get my discharge papers, I'm leaving for the wilderness on the first flight.
Ah, you know, I envy you a little.
It's not gonna be the real thing, not on my own.
Why don't you take Natasha with you?
悪魔の女。
What are you even talking about?
Come on, Sonny. Cut the act. I guess everything's about selfish reasons in the end.
Many heroes become heroes out of selfishness, Marty, but not all of them. There are many unsung heroes, too, who already knew that nobody was going to hear about their deeds.
I hope you're not talking about us.
No, Marty, we're not
俺たちの
heroes.
ことじゃないよなって単語で、バッとアスって使うの、なんかわきまえてていいね。
Yeah.
かっこいいよね。
Role
自分たちの
models
こと
exist
バ
so
ッとアス
that
だと
when
思っ
we're
てる。
finally mature enough, we can bring them down.
We've done a lot of stupid things over the years, huh?
そりゃそう。
More than we should have, that's for sure.
そりゃそう。
Well, memories grow more beautiful with time. Today, I think what we did was done right.
It's a miracle we didn't burn down the city.
You see? We're getting better.
やばす
I
ぎ。
don't even remember why I kept this article.
The blue side of the moon.
So, you know him after all.
Of course I know him. It's MB Davis, the greatest musician ever. But sometimes it's just fun to tease you, boss.
I'd like to know how many times you did that to me.
こいつ実は頭いいのでは？
You see? I can still surprise you even after 10
頭いい
years.
けど、バカだし、低能だな。
You know it's just nine,
私
don't you?
なんかそういう人知ってる。
Of course.
さんいるよ、インターネ
I
ットには。
know.
All the tastes of the sun. Well, I don't even know what to think.
I wouldn't like to be in your place, Sonny. But this doesn't change the things that already happened, you know? Your memories remain the same.
Easy to say, Marty, but I feel like nothing's the same anymore. Even my fondest memories have been stolen from me.
You mean she stole them?
Yeah.
そうかな。なんかちょっと暗いね。
Maybe you should look for her.
うん
You know, you could find her. You've got the connections.
I could have done it already. Maybe I was too cowardly. Maybe I should look for her one day, at least for my daughter's sake.
なんかどっかでいつか娘さん出てきそうだ
Maybe
ね。
you should go back to the nursery school.
I know you're just clucking with me, but believe it or not, I've thought about it.
And what's keeping you?
I can't stand children. I can't talk to them, I can't drink or smoke with them. I just don't know what to do with them.
あれ、ロコミクに似てるね。なんか
Yeah,
ね。
that's quite a problem.
そうね。こいつら全然今年の凱旋門賞の話とかしないなと。
In this picture.
子供のこと見てると。
Abandon hope.
好きなツイッチ配信者とかの話してないもんな。困るわ。
Very funny.
Funny because it's true.
My bedroom. Sort of.
何一つ情報なかったな、今。よいしょ。手がかり。アルバートがイブン・ウェスラーだった。狂ったあの男が自分の兄と入れ替わり、あらゆる手がかりを抹消しようとしている。今奴を捕まえなければ手遅れになるかもしれない。
うん。
レイスは幾度となく俺たちを助け出してくれた。俺たちのチームの第3のメンバーと呼ぶにふさわしい男だ。この恩どうやって返そう。結構なんかプラスなことを言っているね。いいやつだなって言ってるね。
まあ違う可能性ありますけど、また。
あの飲み袋はこれで3度俺たちを排除しようとしたことになる。いずれの試みも失敗に終わっているようだが、4度目の正直にならないことを願うばかりだ。ああ、こいつか。なるほどね。世界の端っこのどこかに位置する高級邸宅。億万長者のギャングならどうしても必要な代物らしい。あにゃー。
I never thought I'd ever look at this place and think of it as home.
うん。
Life's weird, isn't it? I didn't think that after what I did to you, we'd work together again.
You mean when you shot me?
You know I had my reasons, Sonny.
Yeah. Have I ever,
I don't think so.
Then let's leave it that way.
Hey, I apologize for shooting you, Boss Bird.
That's okay, Marty. It happens even to the best of friends.
I'll remember what you just said, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah? Well, don't try to take advantage of...
Who, me? What do you think of me?
でかいホテルだよね、そう考えるとルイスの持ち家
Relax,
って。
soldier.
だいぶね。
Fine.
すごいな。こいつ実は大金持ちなんじゃないか。
Well, why do you say
まあ
that?
そうかも。
You were staring at that building so hard. I thought you could use some encouragement.
Are you shitting me? You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Not at all.
I have feelings too, you know.
I never said otherwise. This fog's almost impenetrable.
Strange, but somehow this time I feel it's a good omen.
Really? How come?
I don't know. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel without the light.
Oh, you're not getting ready to die, are you, old man? If we're going on a suicide mission, I think I should know.
Why, haven't I told you yet?
You're not funny.
The city seems almost clean this time. Silent, mute, not of this
なんか
world.
すっごい早起きした時とかお外出ると全く音がしないのっていい気分だよね、涼しいし。
だいぶね。
Gods, you're
俺あれ
really
だけのために
lucky.
早起きしたい時あるよ。
あ、本当？
ある。
私もね、たまに早起きして、そのほら近くにスパがあって、スパってこう結構早めに開いたりとかするからさ、
はいはい
サイトに行ったりとかするために早起きするってことあるけど、めちゃくちゃ気持ちいいし空気澄んでるし、で車とかもあんまり通らないから、
うんう
I'm
ん。
just messing with you, Marty. Relax.
Yeah,
いいお散歩になるよ。40分
very
ぐらい。
relaxing.
俺中学の時にさ、話したことあったか
I
な
see we're ready.
お友達の最寄り駅が特定されちゃうの。難しいんですけど、
Worth is here.
自転車で、
Because you're here
あ
too,
の、
Mr.
千葉の
Of course.
柏にあるララポートまで行こうぜっていう、もうなんで本当にその時のテンションで決まった気がするんだけど、明日さ、チャリで行ってみないって話になっ
へ
て。
え、青春。
うん。で、その時に、ちょっとどんぐらいかかるか全くわかんない。実はその時中学生だったから、俺携帯も持ってなくて、で、ネットもあんま普及してなかったから、じゃあ今から車じゃなくて自転車で、
More than a
ここまで行ったらどんぐらいかかんのみたいな。わかんなかったんですよ、見積もりが。だから、その時俺サッカーやってて、サッカーの友達と行ったから、夜練習あるから、
enough.
もうめっちゃ朝早く出て、早めに帰ってきたらそれでいいじゃんってなったの。
And I
今考えるとやばいよね。自転車で片道何時間かかるかわかんないのに、夜練習があるのに、チャリで行くと。その時に4時半起きで近くのセブンイレブンに集合したんだよね。
すごい
I
な。
like this new
うん
ものすごい行動力だ。
あん時のね、空の澄み渡り方はすごかった。
the old ones had enough.
結局どうだったんですか？間に合ったんですか？
4時間半かかったんだよね。
行きに
うん。
片道で
片道で。
帰れたの？
帰れたけど、夜の練習にギリギリ間に合わなくてクソ怒られた。全然うちお父さんがサッカーの監督やってたから、お父さんに、いや、こういう理由で自転車で行ってみようってなって、けど思ったより遠くて、片道5時間ぐらいかかっちゃってって言ったけど、何わけわかんないこと言ってんだって一周されちゃって、そうだなって、未だに思う。めちゃめちゃ怒られて、でも、その練習が終わって、家でも怒られたんだけど、怒られてる最中に、お前もしかして本当に行ったのって話になって、本当に行ったよっつって、お友達、は携帯持ってたから、そいつが写真撮ってるよって、行ってきたんだよっていうのを見せてもらえばわかるよって言って、泣きながら、言ったんだけど、びっくりしてたなぁ。
それでなんか言われたの？事実確認して。
いや、そう、そいつん家にお父さんが電話して、したら、そいつもお父さんにバリ怒られてて、なんか、話が聞いた感じ、お父さんは、本当にうちの息子が、オタクのお友達と一緒に自転車で5時間かけて柏まで行ったのかって話を聞こうと電話したら、向こうは向こうで、本当にごめんなさい。オタクのお子さんをうちの息子が連れ回して、行き帰りで10時間近くも、本当に申し訳ございませんって話になってて、ああ、マジかってなって、で、まあなんか、その時も主題が完全にブレちゃって、逆にもうなんかお父さん側が悪いみたいな話になっちゃって、もう事実も聞かないで、話も聞かないで怒るのは良くないよってお母さんがキレて、そうかごめんみたいな話になって、許してくれみたいななったんだけど、よくよく考えたら中学生2人だけで、隣の県までチャリで行くのは普通に良くない。全然良くない。向こうのお父さんがブチ切れてる理由は俺も切れられて叱るべきだから、
そらそう。
けど俺はそれについては全く何も言われなかった。
いや、みんな悪いよ。言ってしまえば。みんな
言ったことに関しては全くお咎めなく。
いや、こっそり言ったの？何も言わず。
こっそり言った。
なんで？
だって朝4時半にいきなり家出んのバレたらどうすんの？
いや、こういう風な話になってさ、ちょっと冒険してきてもいいかなみたいな相談ぐらいはできたんじゃないの？
いやー、お父さんがサッカーチームの監督やってたらね、そんな相談はできないよ。だって何言っても怒られるんだもん。今日はいい天気ですねっつってもキレられる可能性があるんだから。
なんでだよ。
いや、そんなもんだよ。そんなもんだよ。怖い先生に抱く感情と一緒なんだから。
ああ、まあそうか。
そう。
でもそれも悪いし、片道4時間とかちゃんと調べなかったのも悪いし。
いや、調べたけど分かんなかったんだよね。車では1時間40分ぐらいだったんだけど、でも自転車換算がどんぐらいか知らんからね。
まあね、
途中のコンビニで、その時マピオンとか買ったりしたんだけど、俺たちは今ここを通ってるから、って言いながら、そのページを3枚ぐらいめくって、ここまで行くみたいになって、って結構引いた気がする。
だからその2人の考えも浅はかだし、お父さんもお父さんで本当なのかっていうのをちゃんとね、嘘だって断定するのも良くないし、
まあでも俺も最初聞いたら嘘寄りだと思うね。最初聞いたらね、
いや、
突拍子もなさすぎるからね。
そうだけど、
その時の朝は良かったな。帰り最悪だったけど。よくなかった。柏のララポート満喫しちゃったんだ俺たちは。
いい思い出にはなったとは思うんだけどね。
片道4時間半5時間ぐらいかけて実際向こういたのは1時間ちょっとだからな。
まあでもなんか結局その移動がなんか思い出になるみたいなところはあるでしょ。
あるよ。
いい
行きは正直体感1時間だったけど帰りは10時間ぐらい感じたな。
さて
バカだな。
バカだね。見れるところは全て見ましたよ。
よし行くか。
あ、でもまだ行けるところ一応ありますよ。ほら、
なんか行ったところでなんか決戦前のなんかちょっとしたお話ぐらいしかないんじゃない？
まあせっかくだから。あ、でもこいつらに話を聞くのは
帰ってきてるじゃん。
本当だ。
帰ってきてるじゃん。
帰ってきたな。
お前らまた夜戻したのか。
Sometimes I think about what a hot and popular gal Ursula used to be. Sometimes No hard feelings?
開口一番恨んでるかって聞くの相当なんだろ
う。What can I say, boys? I have a big soft heart.
病んでるよな。
You sure do, Ursula.
Would you like a nice hot cup of tea?
おい、優しくなりすぎだろ。
Came to say goodbye.
Why? You going somewhere? Traveling?
No, we're just visiting a nice place in the city.
Sonny's gonna die.
あら。
Shut up, Marty.
So it's a case. Well, be careful, boys. And I'm sorry I snapped at you the last time.
マジで心の底から優しい人だな、すら。
You don't need to say that, Ursula. We deserved it.
なんかすごいデリカシーないこと言っちゃうんだけど、月のものだっただけなんじゃないのこいつもしかして。
やめなさいよ。
絶対そうだぞ。1日2日でこんな態度変わっちゃおかしいだろ。
いや、そんなことない。そんなこと、私だって割と、なんか一日、なんか、すごい。
いや、お前のそういう事情聞きたくない。違う。お前のが聞きたいわけじゃなくて、そういうもんじゃない。そういう話じゃねえのって思って。
違うよ。何もなくても。
いや、俺は覚えがあるぞ。この、女性がいきなり切れ出していきなり優しくなる現象。やっぱそうだよ、これは。
そんなことないよ。
絶対そうだよ。
How is the old owl?
He's old and grumpy, but he's always like that.
Wait a minute. Isn't he supposed to sleep now?
He is. I mean, Reginald's never truly asleep.
いや、こんなんじゃなかっただろ、もっと。あいつはもう本当にしょうもない野郎だ。寝てばっかりいてぐらい知ってたのに。
Yes.
I gotta see that.
クソ穏やかやんけ。いや、おかしいって。しかもめっちゃ起きてるよ。
Mostly because I've had a limp ever since.
Next time, tell your partner not to shoot you with a shotgun.
Well, that's very good advice, Boobo. Thanks. I wish I'd heard it before. Even looking at it hurts. The old owl looks a bit tired.
Us too. I'm not sure I dare look in the mirror right now.
Don't do it, Marty. Hey, Boobo.
寝とるやん。起きてたのに。起こすなって。かすかじゃねえだろ。クソ寝とる。
だから本音じゃないんでしょ。
なんか動物の中には片方の脳を眠らせられるとか
ね、面白いよ。
いる。あ、めっちゃ目開いてる。全然虚空の方向に向かって喋ってる。
What the hell are you doing here, chickens?
Sonny wanted to say hi before he suffers an unpleasant death of lead poisoning.
鉛中毒になるまで打ち込まれちゃうの？
Would you shut the clock up, Marty? You're not funny.
鉛中毒以外で死ぬだろ。
即死だよな。
You're going to Wessler's, huh?
ああ、まあ事情知ってる。
Bingo. We're gonna put an end to this madness.
Ooh. Or you're stirring up an even bigger madness, am I right?
Well, that's always a possibility.
Get yourself killed for all I care, but don't come here covered in blood, because I'm not gonna open the door for you, I swear.
Oh, thanks for the support, old fart.
Don't mention it, you old gizzard. Can I give you a piece of advice, Martin?
Of course, Boobo. Go on.
Take care of the old rooster, okay?
That's all I ever do, Doc.
やっぱいい仲だな。
Can I give you a take?
All this marvelous stuff, huh? Closing sale at the charlatan's shop.
I wasn't asking for your opinion, you croaking crow.
Hey, oh, careful with the racist remarks, will ya?
Ah, Vice has
嬉しそうだな。
arrived, I see.
Ah, clucking monkey.
What'd you say, Martin?
I said I'm clunky.
なるほど
The
ね。
treasury of the mad witch doctor.
なるほどね。
They didn't have any landscapes, eh?
Oh, leave me alone, Sonny.
It's almost unbelievable that Bubo was once a real doctor. I remember how beautifully you played, Ursula.
Come on, Sonny. You're making me blush. It was a long time ago.
I want to know the details.
Ursula used to play the piano at a place called the Coconut Cauldron every weekend. It was a lovely place.
And she was a lovely little thing, too.
Yeah, you said it, Doc.
Oh, boys, enough.
すごい穏やか。
だって今だって怒っていいところだったもんね。かつては美しかったって話をずっとされてるから。
そう。
クソ切れていいポイントだったと思うんだけど。やっぱおかしいよこいつ。絶対そうだよ。昨日が一番やばかっただけだろ。
How are your secret experiments coming on, Doc?
That's why they call them secret.
I see.
I'm not gonna set foot in there. I'd have to arrest the old owl.
すべて元通り、アースラが戻り、ブーボーは相変わらず不機嫌で尺に触る袋のままだ。これで世界のバランスは保たれたわけだ。
毎月同じことしてんだろうな。
習慣になってるわね。どうやらアースラはブーボーの元へ戻ることにしたようだ。愛は犠牲を欲する獣というやつだろうか。さて。ホットドッグ。
Ah, you know, Sonny, few places are
あ、
as
そっ
cozy
か。
as the hot dog at
ほんと
dawn.
違うね。
You have a point.
The silence, the fog, the sunshine slowly devouring the sleeping city.
The smell.
Yeah, the Cobbler district has its own distinctive aroma, that's for sure. But
あ
wait, do you smell that?
確かにね。
うん。
独特だよね。
Ah, it seems Zip is ready
Ah,
with
Zip,
the first
解放され
batch
た
of
んだ。
coffee.
That's waiting only for us, my friend.
こんな感じだったんだ。めっちゃぐねってる。
Roachtown stirring.
Thank the gods we're not going to be here when it's fully awake.
I think the buzzing of the hive has its own charm, you know?
Yeah, from afar, on a postcard maybe. But for real? Oh, thanks but no thanks.
Last time we were here, it didn't take much, right? Almost lost our beaks back there in the hive.
Yeah, and it was a fish who nearly got us.
魚類もいるんだ。
It seems so peaceful now, huh? Like a sleeping big cat. Peaceful now, but when it wakes, you're done.
You mean Laura, don't you?
Yeah. I admit I miss her. But
今
I'm
帰ったら
also a
多分
little
殺さ
afraid
れ
to
る
go
と
home
思う
there.
な。
I'm not surprised, since she hasn't heard
あ、
from you
殺され
in
ると思う
days.
な。
She's gonna pluck you, Marty.
Yeah.
I must be crazy, but I love this city.
Crazy.
She
頭おか
almost
しいね。
finished us in the last 2 days, but in the end, we came out on top, right? It's like a
なんで
never-ending
この二人死ん
tango
で
of
ないん
death.
だ？
Danza de la muerte.
うん。
I didn't know you spoke French, Marty.
Does it still work?
Who knows? Maybe Zip's keeping it for decoration or living in it.
I can easily imagine. Poor bastard.
Once this broken down old car was new and shiny. Am I a broken down old car too?
どうなんでしょうね。
うん。
Hello, Big Boss.
Hail to thee, O father of all syrups. Don't look into its light, Sonny.
Ah, old Zip's finally come to his senses.
I think we may have got to him.
We get to everybody, Boss Bird. Everybody.
It's a pleasant surprise, that's for sure.
破ったね。
Well, he's out. He's brave indeed. Or an idiot.
They're often the same, Marty, and you should know.
割れた。割れてるジョークボックス。
やったね。
ね。すごいな。捕食動物と付き合ったことはあるっていう曲。やばいよな。なるほどね。
Did you know that Caston Mavis is gonna play here next week?
What? You hear that, Sonny? It's a sign. We can't die tonight.
I was just joking, Marty.
Oh.
やります
You
ね。
hear that, Marty? It's a sign.
やったりやんなかった
We
り。
can still die tonight.
For a second, I believed he was actually gonna play here.
At the Hot Dog near Roachtown? Really? Your fault then.
まあそらそう。
For a second,
At the Hot Dog. Hey, Zip, listen here. This coffee, it's 2 days old.
And
飲食店の方がだからって言っちゃいけないと思うんですけど。
強いな。
Nothing. We didn't get it from this, did we?
would that bother you?
Yeah.
So?
I'm gonna try the food here one day.
Well, you have to die of something, right?
No, it can't be that bad. Though, I'm sure old Zip's not making it out of premium faux meat.
You have such a delicate way of putting things. You can be glad if he's not serving you one of your relatives.
You're right about that.
Eat garbage. Yeah, it's more Marty's kind of thing.
悪食ぐらいなんだね、マーティはね。
雑食なんだろうな。
ね。
Let's say hi to the old cat.
ゴミパンダさん。
You mean
GP
last
にね。
goodbye, right?
He just stands there, waiting for his fate. Zip's a
よく
ballsy
戻ってく
guy,
る
I
気に
gotta
なった
admit.
な、マジで。
ここしかないんだろ。
Hello, Zip. I see they kicked you out.
You know, Sonny. They told me I could stay in there for 48 hours if I wanted.
Well, maybe you should have done that.
Shit, I had enough. Fuck it. You understand? When you interrogated me, you opened my eyes. I don't give a shit about him.
Wow.
About Whistler and his henchmen. Let them come if they want. It's not gonna be easy for them. You can be sure
や
of
るね。
that.
That's the
元気だね。
Zip we know and love.
うん。
Thanks, Marty. So, why are you here?
One last coffee before the end.
Are you going to get him?
We don't have a choice, Zip. We're grabbing the rat by the tail. No screwing around. No playing it nice.
Ah, I see Ibben's really got to you.
Just Sonny. I'm like this all the time.
Yeah, that's true. And what do you expect will happen when you get there?
They'll either let us in, or we'll blow open the doors and go in guns blazing. How hard can it be?
Well, I'm not sure you know what you're up against, boys, but it's your funeral. I'm just glad I got to know the legendary chicken police.
Hey, don't write us off yet.
I'm just getting ready for all possibilities, Marty.
いい性格してるな、本当
Hey,
に。
chicken cows,
Yeah, Zip.
take care of your feathers for me, okay?
あ、みんななんか、最後の、なんか
やっぱ分かってんだな。死ぬって。死ぬって分かってるんだ、やっぱり。
いやー、フラグ。フラ
Will
グ。
do, Zip.
そうです、死にます。
Don't worry. I'll protect this
全然死にますよ。死に散らかします。
All in all, thanks, Zip. You've been a great help.
Thank you too, boys. You really opened my eyes. If I see Wessler again or any of his goons, I'm gonna plug them right there.
I'm not sure that's what we're suggesting.
なんか、やたら攻撃的な性格に、
Thanks, Zip. Maybe next time.
また今度があれ
If
ばな。
there is a next
ほら、
ね。言いたがち。
言いたがち。じゃあ、マレンさん。唯一の両親マレン
Well,
さ
if
ん。
we have anything else to ask the old beaver, this is the last chance.
Hey, don't steal my style.
Just learning from the best.
Let me give you some advice. Don't.
何歳差ぐらいだろうな、この二人。
怪しいな。
Since when do you drive a wonder machine like that, old beaver?
No, that's not mine. My son left it to me for safekeeping while he's working abroad.
The Cubs still visit home often then.
They're good kids. They come to visit me several times a year, and if they're not here,
本当によくできた方だな、マレンさ
am I
ん。
right?
うん。
You're fortunate indeed, Uncle Mullen.
Sure I am.
Seems like the kiosk is still a good business.
It's still not too late for us, you know? I'll grab Laura, and we'll all just get out of the city.
Wouldn't it be great?
You can finally take me to Averia like you promised.
I never promised that, but yeah, it would be great.
So, we're gonna get ourselves shot to pieces already, or what?
Hell yeah. It's still not too late, Sonny. Get your fat old chicken ass in a car and get the hell out of here.
You know, if we survive this, we might need a couple of good lawyers.
You could be right about that, Marty. Who do you think will sue us first, Wessler or the PD?
My bet's on good old Blood Boil.
I'll take it. Maybe it would have been better if I chose the legal profession. Then I'd have killed myself a long time ago.
Oh, look what I found.
Furry gods. Another chicken police story.
私読んでみたいな、チキンポリスの
And
本。
one of my favorites, too. Meredith
だいぶ売れてるし
outdid
な。
herself when she wrote this one.
ね。
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, Sonny, you could read one day. They're not as bad as you think.
If it's about me and you, then I want none of it, thanks. Reality's more than enough.
You're still mad at Meredith, aren't you?
That woman screwed us over. She was supposed to write true stories based on our real notes.
女
Yeah,
Another
maybe she
one.
didn't want her readers dying of boredom. Anyway, the fly in the soup, the bloody New Year's Eve, and the seventh rule of predation are all based on reality.
Yeah? And the other 7?
Nothing's ever good enough for you, huh, old fart?
And good old Mullen is still on duty.
Eternal, like the Knights of Clawville.
And the pain in my back.
At least there are some safe places left in the city.
There's no such thing as a safe place, Marty. Remember that, and you won't be too disappointed.
Furry gods, Sonny. Never have anything nice to say.
インターネットにも安住の地はありませんよ。
No, never.
ないよ。
ないよ。でもそれでも生き抜いてる
Hey,
我
old
々
man.
って相
Sun's
当
not
強い
even
人
up
種だ
yet,
と思いま
and
せん
you're
か
already open?
いや
そんなことない
You know, what's
弱
my
者でしょ。
favorite, Sonny boy?
弱者かな
What?
I never close.
That clever.
How can I help you, lads? I see you're going somewhere.
Well, Sani's going to die. I'm just wrapping up a delicate case.
So, you'll be off to the Westler residence
マレン
again?
さん
You're sharp, old beaver.
Well, me dear lads, I'm glad I got to know you.
本当に最後のお別れじゃん
Hey, don't use
じゃあな
that too.
That I just
ああよかったマレンさんいい人
Got any good advice?
I always have some for you, lads. Don't get shot, for example.
That's very wise advice. Why haven't you told us before? Could have saved Sonny some painful memories.
If you carry on like that, Marty, you too can learn how it feels.
You too.
本当にいいじいさんだ
Does the
ね
name Albert mean anything to
あ
you?
あそっかそっか
I know multiple Alberts, Sonny. Which one do you mean?
Albert Wessler.
I see you're in a funny mood, Sonny boy.
I'm not joking, Mullen, but I'm surprised there's something I know and you don't.
And who is this Albert anyway? Ibn Wessler's hidden son, maybe?
Even better, my friend, his secret twin.
いいのか喋っちゃって
You've walked into trouble there.
I was hoping you could tell me something useful about him.
I can, Sonny boy. Avoid him. Avoid the whole Wessler family. Those who happen upon secrets that deep sink without a trace.
Well, I used to be a professional swimmer. Didn't you know?
No, I didn't.
I lied. What do you know about that asylum? What's it called?
Since there's only one of those around Clawville, I know which one you mean, Sonny. It's an ancient mansion, easily around 100 years old for sure. Or more. Well, what do you want to know about it anyway?
We actually just got out of there.
That explains everything.
Seriously, what do you know about it?
The place is self-sufficient in theory, but in reality, the Crown maintains it. No one knows the exact reason why, but according to gossip, they used to keep someone in there. Someone who was either part of the royal family or just very close to the fire. But who knows? Maybe it's just a legend.
Well, they say we're legends too, and we're standing right in front of you. Am I right?
What can I say then? This whole city is full of legends.
この街そのままバイオハザードみたいにこう丸々閉じ込めた方がいいのではい
や消した方がいい街
This Albert, he had to paint a picture of Natasha at his brother's request.
あもうそこまで言っちゃうのね
Let me guess. He fell in love with her.
やっぱ恋愛って大変だな
Yeah, classic, huh? Then he killed his brother and took his place.
Yeah, well, that's a classic too. So, you're telling me who goes by Ibn Wessler is not really Ibn
照
Wessler?
明がよれるな
Exactly. He's Albert, a dangerous
Aisha.
lunatic with multiple personality disorder.
なるほど
Lads, I guess that Miss Marble's going to write another one of those novels about this.
You mean Meredith? Oh, that's just what we need.
Once you sold your soul, it's too late to cry about it, sonny boy.
That's what I keep telling him.
Do you know Dr. Quetzal?
Do you mean Professor Quetzalcoatlus? Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
laugh at this. But we went to university together.
嘘
Yes.
そんな年取ってる
そうなんだ
Do I not look the type to you?
No, well, I didn't mean that. I just didn't know you went to university.
I
まあ確かにマレンさんは中卒って感じだ
いやそこまでじゃないでしょ
もう売店一筋70年の顔だもんな
うんまあね
No, I know them well because I have a newspaper stand and I talk to hundreds of animals each day. And I listen to the everyday problems of almost all of them. There's no better lesson in animal studies.
You surprise me every time, old beaver. And what do you know about him? Can he be trusted?
You're afraid he screwed you? He looks like a terribly dishonest snake, but don't let your prejudices overshadow what your wattle tells you. Quetzal's one of the kindest-hearted and most honest
いや、マレン
animals
さん
I've
に
ever
言われる
known.
んだったら太鼓判だね。
That's good to know, Uncle Mullen. Or rather, Professor Mullen.
でも教授っていう見た目はしてる。マレンさん。
Hey, 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 don't get cocky with me, little chickie.
What do you know about the Wessler Mansion, Uncle Mullen?
That if you're about to go there, bring a tank with you.
そんな
Or
に
two.
Dangerous, you mean?
Dangerous? That's a fortress, so it is. Giant walls, watchtowers, and of course, Wessler's hired thugs are waiting
ど
for
う
you
すん
there.
のマジで死
Yeah,
にに行くじ
sounds
ゃん。
great.
喜んでんじゃねえ
It's a
よ。
beautiful place, I must admit. At least you'll kick the bucket with mouths hanging open in wonder.
That's something.
私、この二人と結婚する人、ちょっと頭おかしいと思ってる。
Good attitude, my lad. Keep it.
ちょっとよくわかんないなって思ってる。
Do you have any fresh information for us, Uncle Mullen?
Of course, still crisp and warm like a fresh newspaper. Ask away.
マレンさん好きだな、マジで。いいおじいさんだ。どこ行った？アトラスは行った。ブボ行った。別荘なんかあんのかね？
So, we're looking for more evidence?
No, I was just thinking we could take another look. You know, just in case.
Okay, sure. But
Don't even ask, Marty.
you're really becoming sentimental.
One more word and I swear I'm...
Yep, I'm gonna shut it. Well, they couldn't even manage to scrape it off.
Useless pincushions.
They're always half-assed, Sonny. You drive me crazy.
Leave them be. Your record is perfect. You've been on the force for 15 years. Almost
優秀じゃん。
that with me.
うん。
That's why I deserve a medal.
Get out. Wind down. Resign. Become... Well, let's see. Anything.
If you only knew how much I've thought about that. But I'm simply not good at anything else. Either I'm a gangster or a cop.
否定も肯定もできないな、それ。
Also, to be a cop,
ライブね。
buddy. That word.
You don't want to go in there just like that. It's a closed crime scene.
I hope you're just messing with me, Marty.
Of course I'm messing with you. Let's get inside there and see how much the boys have messed up the place. You know, Sonny, when we entered the room and saw the girl,
Deborah.
yeah, her body, I called you every name in the book inside my head. I just had enough, you know? I wanted to quit.
What kept you with me? Was it just curiosity?
No. I just wanted to see your downfall, boss. I wanted to be there when you met your end, get
相当だな。
humiliated or even shot.
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty, Marty.
But then everything changed on the ship.
On the ship? Why there?
I don't know. Being tied up with you, waiting for certain death. I know I lashed out at you, but in truth, I felt there was no place I'd rather be. It was my place on that fucking burning ship with you, even if we both died there. Know what I mean?
なんか、感情が重いな。
クソデカ感情。
お前奥さんいるんじゃないのか。
I think I do.
完全なるラブコールだよね。マーティ、サニ
So, I guess there's nowhere to go but forward, huh?
Nothing left to do but kill a rat. As the chicken police.
For the last time?
For the last clucking time, partner.
Swear?
I swear.
ー。本当この二人もう見れないの？
Let's hit the road.
実績解除して。
うん。
どうやらマーティはかのサンティーノ・フェザーランドがどこまで落ちぶれるかを見たいがためにバカなふりをしていたらしい。それを聞いてもそりゃそうだろうとしか思わない。むしろそうなって当然だ。はははは。
あは。
そうね。
Nice.
Yeah, it really is.
Nice.
Yeah. Natasha became even more mysterious with every detail we learned about her.
そうだね。あんまここら辺の謎解明されてないんだよな。
You fell for her hard, huh?
It's nothing like that, Marty. I only met her one time. It just makes me crazy if I can't solve something. And she's something I just can't solve.
彼女は王族の人だったんだっけ？
うん。なんか、
だよね。
どっかのいいとこの。
お嬢ちゃんだったんだけど。
Maybe you have to accept this one, Boss Bird. That woman's out of your league.
Yeah, you're probably right.
これね。
Human, huh? My partner loves these weird things.
You're who?
I got a new partner when you left.
When Blood Boil fired me.
Sure, when you were fired. His name is Melvin, a little greenhorn of an otter.
And where exactly is he?
I have no idea. We worked together for one day. Then I told everyone I wasn't gonna work with anyone but you.
But you hated me.
Yeah. I was even a little afraid they'd call you back. But Blood Boil got it. So he let me work alone.
クソデカ感情
That
じゃん。
feels
でかい
strangely
ね。
comforting.
まあでも気持ちはなんかわからんでもない。あ、もう、あ、そうか、電話はもういいか。かけるところがないしな。レスラーで行った、ホップドッグ行った、マレーンさんとこ行った、ホテル行った、ブーボー行った。行きますか。
逃げましょ
The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
こいつメンヘラのくせにこういうことばっ
Here
か
I
りだな。
am, Natasha. I hope you're waiting for me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich,
うわ、
but
綺麗だね。
wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and Natasha too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
綺麗だな。初めてカラーだよ。
ね。
すごい。
Quite
ここだけ色がある
isn't
な。
it?
ね。
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's true.
We could also drive around in one of these, huh? Do you think we would have made it as gangsters?
ギャングの方が合ってるかも、正直。
I don't think so, Marty. We're born to be suckers.
あ、それもそうかも。
Honest suckers, at least.
Same thing.
What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, Marty.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
It's a long way down.
Well, we could finally find out if you can fly or not.
鶏って食べるんですか？
食べるよ。
どんぐらい？
ちょっとだけね。
ちょっとだけ？
ちょっとだけ。
Is this a mansion? Or a grand palace?
Or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, Old Westler will have an advantage.
あっちがフリーになる
A
ことあんのか？
serious advantage. Look at all these plants. It's like nature's claiming back what's hers.
Yeah, amazing.
Strange how someone so rotten inside, like Westler, can still dream something so beautiful to surround himself with.
逆だよ。汚いものばっか見てっから綺麗なものしか見たくなくなるんだよ。
そうなんだ。
Huh, one of Westler's ancestors, maybe.
Westler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place.
いやー、やばいよな、やってることえげつない。
Yeah.
Must be some famous historical figure. How are you with history?
Not so good.
You know, I've always been fascinated by the Founding War, especially the last great battle between the Alliance.
好きそう。
歴史オタク出てきたな。
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war, Marty. There's nothing glorious or beautiful in it. Just endless suffering and misery.
And a lot of money, of course.
まあ戦争って一番何が動くかって金だからな。
That too.
金大事だね。
本当に。えぐいぐらいのお金が動くので。
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Oh, not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monster.
What? Oh, you just made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure there's no such thing.
Do you remember that case? When that old weasel met us in the greenhouse, just like this one.
Of course I remember. We barely talked for 5 minutes, but you drank 2 full glasses of brandy with that old guy.
5分以下でブランデー2杯も飲めるの？
I
Oh,
needed
no.
hydration. It was boiling in there.
死ぬど。
Hydration, huh?
もう全部見たかな。うわー、来たー。
普通にいるじゃん。
Excuse my partner. We didn't mean to be rude. It's just his terrible habits, as you may already know.
Look who's here.
What a surprise. Our biggest fans.
そうかも。
What do you think? Should we give them our autographs?
Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious shootout.
If we're lucky, Marty. If we're lucky.
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The 2 suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
煽るな、煽るな。
I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel?
Get the hell out of our sights while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
チキンども
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
Do you sense that, Sonny?
I do sense something. A case of hyper stupidity.
And utter incompetence.
You're right.
Don't shit with me, you foul. It won't work well for you.
I'm afraid my partner speaks the truth, gentlemen.
Such tall and handsome creatures, aren't they, partner?
Sure are, partner.
気性荒
This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Let's get
めっ
the
ちゃ
big
中
guns
入れ
out
てるや
and
ん
kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger
す
fingers
ごいなんか
itching,
カラー
Sonny.
なのがすごいなん
Someone's
か
gotta pay.
違和感。
違和感あるね
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
わっ、オリビアだ。
It's like the
いる
vegetation's
ね
trying to suffocate these beautiful walls.
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years, nothing will be here but plants. An endless, planet-sized jungle.
That's quite a dark thought.
Yeah, it is. It's like some ancient virus is poisoning the place.
Do you mean the plants or Albert?
Both, I guess.
バイオ5もこんな感じだったよね。
うわあんま思い出させんな
なんでよ。
This place
あんま思い出させんな
incredible,
なんで
but it
バカ
kinda
タレ
gives
ゲー
me
ム
the creeps.
あれ楽しかったじゃん。
Because you know what lies behind the beauty.
With Natasha, too?
I haven't decided yet. I wonder how Albert feels about this place. From a cell to a mansion.
Insane, isn't it?
You took the words right out of my beak.
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see Olivia here.
She's real close to Wessler. But how much does she know?
Much more than me, I guess.
That wouldn't be hard. Maybe you should talk to her. She was your girlfriend after all.
元カノっていう言葉
We
が出て
only
こない
had 2 dates, and they weren't great.
Why am I not surprised?
プレイボーイだなこいつも。
みんなそうだよこの世界は
ウェスラー、アルバートの方のウェスラーはオリビアとすごい近い関係になってると思う。
怪しい
怪しいよな。だって
Ah,
めちゃ
what
く
a
ちゃだっ
pleasant
て
surprise.
あ
Hello,
の
Olivia.
キャッツェンコナターシャのことが好きで入れ替わったわけだから多分ないよな。
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now. If you want to make it out with feathers intact.
めっちゃ怒ってる。
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin,
Huh?
don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
あ、
What do they not understand, Olivia? So,
出てきたな一
what
丁
is
女
it exactly that our guests don't understand?
同じポーズ取ってる。
I was trying to
強い
tell the
女はこのポー
detectives
ズを使うの
Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss,
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
うわ、特別感出してくる。好きになる。
どんどん好きになる。
どんどん好きになるよ。
Please, Natasha.
あ、マーティが呼ぶ。
Talk to you in private?
Martin? It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katzenko.
I tried to warn you.
Thanks, Olivia.
I tried to.
Thank.
背高いね。
高いね。
色気のあるお姉さんだ。どっちが好き？
いやー、ナターシャかな。
なんで？
なんで？
I had a dream before we
なんでそうだ
I
な。
saw Natasha with a bloody mouth and
なんだろう。
claws.
でもそういうのが、なんでだろうなって思うから、ファームファタルなんじゃないの。
I admit it. I haven't been this on
こいつはこういうところがいいんだよ、じゃあないんだよ。
なんかわからんけど好き。
Truth is,
そ
I'm
う
not。entirely sure why.
Your sense of justice
なんか
kicking
たまらんながいいんですよ。
More like my sense of don't fuck with the chicken police.
オリビアは誰かのものになれるのだろうか。
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
無傷だった
So
か
you know who left the threats.
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Savas.
Wild
脅
goose.
すね。
脅すね。
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things? That she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah,
Cold, stiff Deborah.
please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
あ、なんだ、てめえ。
喧嘩腰やめてください。
なんだ、お前。なんだ、その、洒落たバスローブ。
長い夜を過ごした後の朝はかなり辛くて。
キモ。
Is that so?
死ねや。
Our night was also
口悪い、口悪いよ。
死ね
敵意むき出しじゃないですか。
や。いねえや、ボケ
Put it
かすら。
mildly.
オラついてる、オラついてる。
許せん。
何が？
こういう
I
や
was
つ。
just telling the
どういうや
gentlemen that
つ？
you were exhausted.
こういうやつだ
And
よ。
they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to
Honey?
the legendary chicken police.
ハニー
Please,
だ
come on in, guys. Let's talk in my
な、
room.
何にキレてるの？
Then this
切れるしかないだろ、こんなの。
なんだよ。
切れる
You
他ない
just。stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
うわー、ついに直接対決。あー、もう話せないよー。
グッバイだぞ。
There she is, the femme fatale.
Yeah, our fate's in her hands.
And what lovely hands they are, huh?
With sharp claws, Marty.
I tried to warn them.
あー、もう。
Maybe you should talk to her. Why am I not?
行くしかないよね。ナターシャは俺たちをウェスラー邸から追い払おうとした。だがなぜだ？俺たちのことを心配してのことか、それとも他に意図があったのだろうか。どっちかわかんないね。優しいのかどうか。
ね、
オリビアが俺たちをウェスラー邸から追い出そうとしたおかしな話だが、俺たちの命の心配をしていたかのように見える。まあそうだろうな。殺されるなってことが分かってたんだろうな。
殺してやるからな。
あ、変わってる。
アルバートになったよね。
いや、これはアルバートのところなんだけど、写真に変わってるわ。
ああ。
うわー、ついにだよ。
こんにちは。
怖ー。
すんごい見てくる。
めっちゃ。
お前、寝室に女のヌードの絵飾るなよ。きしょ。いや、こいつは。スカーン。こいつスカーンは。
そうなの？
This estate is rather
どこが嫌い
impressive,
なの？
Mr. Wessler.
全部。
全部。
全部希少い。
I suppose it took years
全
and
部
years.
キモい。俺がムキムキだったらこいつのことをブレイキングダウンに誘うね。
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something?
No, just thinking aloud. I can see you're very attracted to nature. I thought rats preferred the urban environment. Oh, don't take that the wrong way, of course.
Not all rats are the same, Detective. Natasha and I love the closeness of nature. Yeah, especially lately.
最
I
近はね。
find cold, close walls repulsive.
煽るね。
I don't understand why you're telling me this.
Oh, it's nothing. Not important.
怖いよー。会話が怖い。絵画は最後にするか。
早く撃てよ。
いや。
なんでこいつがチキンポリス持ってんだよ、しかも。
Looks cozy.
Sure is better than a cell.
That's right, Marty.
I'm not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that. It almost gives me the creeps just looking at it.
Yeah, would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so,
麻薬入ってそう。
かなり詩的な表現をするとキモい。
いや、割と直接的な表現だと思うんですよ。
かなり詩的。しょ。
I've heard you don't despise a good
こっ
vintage.
ちね。
And I've heard you don't despise
すごい
murder.
敵意むき出しにしてる。
By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
ジェントルマンなんだよね。
そうなんですか
It's a little
ね。
early for that, isn't it?
だいぶ。
Yeah. Some people need coffee to start their day, Mr. Featherland. I start with a good brandy.
いいブランデーがね。
You know what? In your place, I'd do the same. Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
うわ
Yeah, a bad habit. One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
I agree. Have you been suffering from nightmares recently?
Yeah, no. I sleep like a baby if you want to know.
Really? I've been plagued by them, so I always sleep with my
それは
gun.
怖すぎるだろ。撃つだろ、いずれ。
怖い
Sorry to hear that.
This painting.
自分が描いた絵画よ。
うん。
It's beautiful and rather provocative.
お坂が
My comb stand up.
トサカ
エ
がね
ッ。チ。
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the observer.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
ああ、これ端っこがないやつだね。
いや、どこに行ったんでしょうね。
Well, if you're interested, we know exactly
困っ
where it
ちゃい
is.
ます。
Really?
Really? It's here with us.
ウェスさん絶句でしょ、こんなん。
怖い怖い怖い怖い怖い怖い怖い怖い
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough. Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have
め
no
っちゃ怒るじゃ
confidence in all
ん。
the charades.
俺でも怒るだろうな。
Wessler, we'll get to that in a bit.
まあ、めっちゃ煽ってるもん。ここね、この部分ね。
It's unbelievable how much trouble one single painting can make.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean, detective.
I'll make it clear for you soon enough. Be patient, Mr. Wessler.
Even my patience has its limits, you know.
来ましたよ。やりますか
Interesting. Now that I know who he really is, he doesn't even resemble Ibn Wessler.
いやー、こっからちょっとよろしくお願いします。はい、よろ
What do you want to know?
はよ、撃て。
I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you
い
have
や、
rather good
撃てないんだってまだ。
はよ、撃て。
Yeah, that's
両手両足撃ってからでもいいだろう。
I should
いや
tell
い
you.
やいやいやいやいや
I。see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are
まだ撃てないんだって。
resilient. No offense.
はよ、撃て。
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns.
まあ、散々なことされましたよね、本当にね。
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right? I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway.
何を始めるの？銃撃戦それとも尋問？どっち？
With
どっ
pleasure,
ちもよ。
Mr. Wessler.
My time's precious, chickens. Get to the point before I lose my patience.
Don't rush us, Mr. Wessler. We'll get to the point when it's time. I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
あなたに何の魅力を感じたのかは分かりかねますが。
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
うわ、もう全部知ってるわ、やっぱり。
でしょうね。
怖いな。
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place.
キモいよ
I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
よ、死んでくれ。
ちょっとそれはやめて、その精神攻撃はマジで。いやまあこいつもそういうやつだってことよね。
You son of
やめて、ダメ。
Sonny, don't.
いや、ダメじゃない。切れ方が鶏すぎるだろ。
Not yet.
いや、ここでやったら自分から先だから負けるのよ。正当防衛という体であっちから何かをしてこない限りはやれないのよ。
うるせえ、こんなやつ死んでも誰も悲しまん。
いや、重鎮よ一応。
重鎮だからこそ早死んでほしい。
About the painting.
Yeah, my brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime in itself. This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
ブラザーね。
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You
怒っ
understand?
ちゃった。
バチバチに怒ってる。
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly and quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha.
more like a confession.
In which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most
でも
horrible
本
thing.
当に入れ替わってない可能性もあるよ。まだ。
いやー、ないだろ
ないとは思うけど。でも物的証拠が何もない。
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad.
う。俺はイブン・ウェスラーが喫音だっていう噂を一回も聞いたことがないから。
No one would believe his word. Don't you understand?
でもこいつたまにどもるから、別人だと思うんだよな。
私もそうは思う
Because
よ。
you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to.
全部言うじゃん。
No matter how hard you
0から100だな。
you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I
いや、
right?
銃を撃ち込むよりもひどいことしてるこいつ。
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
あー、尋問が来ちゃったよ。
もう話すことないだろ。
勝ちましょ
撃て。あ、先に撃たれる。ほらー。先に撃っとくべきだったよ。
He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first.
いや、先に撃っとくべきですって、本当に。
Is it, of course.
なんで撃たん？もう向けてるって。
アルバートはペテンした自分のではない名前を名乗っている。もしかすると自分が本当は誰なのかも分かっていないのかも。
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
支配的。
まあ、イブンと入れ替わろうと思ったらもう知ってることだからいいんじゃない？
したかな。
You wanted to wrap everyone around your dirty little fingers, didn't you?
I couldn't involve anyone. You have to understand. No one besides myself, of course.
So, you included yourself in the plan. And did you agree with you?
Do you think it's funny, Santino? The position I'm in? Do you think I did it for power?
You wanted to rule over something, didn't you? Especially
こん
over
なダメだろ、どう
Natasha.
せ。
I wanted to rule my fate. My actions, my will, myself. And yeah, and over everyone else who ever did me wrong, or who I once loved.
Such selflessness.
Selflessness? Don't make fun of yourself, Sonny. Selflessness is the refuge of the weak and cowardly.
お、痛いところついてくるね。
Tell me, did you act out of selflessness when you decided to involve your partner in all this?
No, Mr. Wessler, but it's not about me.
You see? You two are just hypocrites, pathetic statues. But under your stone skids, yeah, you're nothing but
精神
rotting
病棟で
corpses.
ずっと危険人物と言われていた割にはめちゃくちゃ頭がいい。
Have you ever thought that maybe you should have become a
まあ
psychologist?
まあね。
失語症じゃないからね。糖質だからね。
Santino, I guarantee it.
何言ってるかわかんねえだけだよ。
うんや。
一番上は聞いて何が楽しいん？
ね。
まあでも3番目かな。
和らげるっていう意味では。
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
何言ってんだこいつ。
Weird way of showing your love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, Detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies. That's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
いや、まあ根性はある
And
やつだと
poking
思
out
う
his
わ。
eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son
ああ、
of
サ
a
ニー怒ん
Please, don't be
怒るだろ。
vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation and doesn't even suit you.
いや、もう怒
まあ何よりキモい。
めっちゃ下がる。やばいやばいやばいやばい。
今何よりもキモいのが腹立つ。
まあ、キモいのはキモい。
まあ一番上かな。
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so? Try me, Detective.
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
His what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you
怒
will.
ってるね。
Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I
わ
must
かん
be
ね
serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him.
なるほどね。まあ多少おだてるって感
When
じ
was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze. Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is,
愛は単なるかかんのだよ。はあ、なんだ
怒るな怒るな怒るな怒るな
Everybody
サニーより先に俺が殴っちゃうな。
やめなよ
We're just fools.
んだ、チューリングラブ野郎が。
Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
めっちゃ怒ってるな
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
そっか傷ついてんだ 残虐性を利用できる。2は違う。
まあ1かな。
You enjoyed leading everyone by the nose, didn't you?
Do you think this was just some megalomaniac power play on my part? Some kind of race with myself? Not in the slightest.
Don't expect me to feel sorry for you.
On the contrary, Sonny, your kind can't even comprehend what I've been through. That way, you can't understand the reasons behind my decisions either.
You know what? Maybe it's better this way. I'll sleep better, that's for sure.
If you're going to sleep, that will be your big sleep, chicken.
Are you so sure about that, Wessler? If you loved Natasha so much, how could you lie to her all along?
We lie the most to those we truly love, Santino. Isn't that right?
It shouldn't be that way.
分かったような口を聞くな。
You mean your wife, don't you? See? That's how it goes. We lie because we don't want to cause even more hurt.
What you did, Wessler, is nothing like Molly or me. What you did was out of simple selfishness and cowardice.
Watch what you're spitting out that dirty beak of yours, Santino.
I'm not afraid of you, Wessler. You'd better get that into your small little rat brain.
鶏に言われると答える
Classic
ね。
mistake, Mr. Featherland.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
やばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばい。
死なれちゃ困っちゃうから、
そうね。
下なんじゃない？
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so distant.
You're telling me.
分かった口を聞くな。
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I know Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
自分ならできるって言ってるよ。
うん。
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? This is the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was.
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her.
これはなんか芸術家の意見だね。
うん。
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red.
言ってる意味わかる？
うん。
よね。
ちょっとうるさいなと思ってる。
That you won't be able to carry the weight, but you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
それは中尾くんも同様では
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
お
無能ということ。うるさい。
アルバートがイブン・ウェスラーだった狂ったあの男は自分の兄と入れ替わり、あらゆる手がかりを抹消しようとしている。今奴を捕まえなければ手遅れになるかもしれない。
やった。
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly...
The cops? But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
Do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino.
Oh.
Monica already told me everything.
天使
Monica?
天使、メガネ大丈夫か、その位置で。
Just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine
優
too.
しい
A vol that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
あー早口だ
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
フラットボイルめっちゃいいやつじゃん
そうか。
Thanks, boss.
そうでもないかも
今回だけやで。
今回だけかアル ルバートが全てを明らかにした後、ギリギリのタイミングでナターシャが俺たちの命を救ってくれた。これでひとまずは終わり、一件落着だ。しかし本当に終わりと呼べるのか？
あるさ。
まだ1個空いてないからね。これは予想していなかった。結局引き金を引いて俺たちを救ってくれたのは彼女だった。だが考えてみれば、彼女に声をかけられなければ、そもそも俺たちはこの状況に。そうね、そうだよ、そうだよ。モニカは俺たちの計画を知っていたらしく、ちょうどいいタイミングでご同僚たちに伝えてくれた。彼女がいなかったら今頃ウェスラの手下連中に鉛玉のシャワーを食らっていた頃だろう。なんとよくできた女性だ。あのジジイの小さく毛の生えた心臓も最後には少し和らいだと見える。その代わりギャングの築いた帝国を崩壊させる必要があったわけだがギャングはやってることでかいからな。アルバートは自分とイブン・ウェスラーが同一であると本気で信じているようだ。二つの魂が一つの体に宿っていると。この狂気をどう思うべきか俺には理解しようもない。だが分かったことは一つだけある。アルバートは猛獣であり、何としてでも引きずり下ろさなければならない。アルバートは自分の秘密を守るためにあらゆる手段を講じただろうが、状況はすでに手遅れだったナターシャは彼がどこかおかしいことに気づいており、アルバートもその追求を逃れられないと知っていた。単純な話だったのだ。危険なことに。まあそうそう簡単にはね。
What will happen to her now?
I don't know, Marty. I have no idea.
Wanna talk to her in private, boss?
No thanks, Marty.
好きになっちゃうからね。
そうなんですか？
好
きになっちゃうから。
Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around.
Sweet ma'am.
Goodbye, detectives. And what about you, Sonny?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right. Thank you.
ナターシャからありがとうって。
好きになっちゃうな。
We thank you, Natasha. You saved our lives.
But it was also me who endangered you
それはそう。
in the first place, right?
Well, I won't argue about that.
I don't know if I've ever seen Monica in daylight.
This means she's real, not just a ghost of the police station.
So, you can finally ask her out on a date.
I didn't even hear that.
ローラに殺されろ。
殺されるよ。
Our little savior. How could we ever repay her? Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it
そ
of
れも
her.
言っちゃうんだ。
It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me. How did you know we were here?
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I know you like you are my own nestlings.
お前鳥のくせに鳥飼ってんのか。
No, I love it when you say pretty little things like that.
Don't get used to it, Marty.
So, what's your shoe size again, Mon?
35, Sonny. I like high heels. And because there's 2 of you, 2 pairs will do for a start.
Anything for you, darling.
I don't want just anything, Marty. I want shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
いいね。好きだな、モニカ。
了でーん。
At the PD, Mon. Damn, I wouldn't have thought it, but I'm glad the old hound's here. Damn.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
怖いよ、この人。
Santino, you're doing that on purpose?
No, sir. Never, sir.
Then
いえ、そんなことはなくて。
あ、こいつあ、こいつ
みんなおるやん。
Maybe one day you'll get your own statue at the PD, boss. I can almost see it now.
浮かぶな、浮かぶな。
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe one day. Oh, yeah. What about him? How the hell did he wind up here?
本当だよ。
I don't know, but it's suspicious.
あ、そうだよね。自分の子供のようにってことだよね。
You think someone hired him?
ああ、そういうことか。
うん。
鳥飼ってるやつか。鳥なのに鳥飼ってんのか。
Could be.
What about him? You think
Could be. You. What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
嘘つけ。
Trying to feed your grandpa? So, was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
誰だろう
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
I think I have an idea who hired you, Phil.
Hey, stop it right there. I don't want to know who you think.
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give you away?
You wish, pal.
モニカじゃないのかなって気
Anyway,
すん
it's
だけ
good
ど。
to see you here, Hawkeye.
I'm glad you made it out alive. It didn't take you much.
Yeah, not much.
なんか、思ったよりも平和で終わりそうだね、なんかね。
うんうん。
ティモシー。
Ah, look what garbage the wind brought in.
ひどい言い草だ。
Good gods, is this guy everywhere?
Our faithful chronicler.
I swear I'm gonna hang him someday.
今でもしょっぴけるのでは
You called him here, didn't you? To witness our grand triumph or our fall.
What? No. You're paranoid, old bird.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
コナンじゃん。
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
そらそう。
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I love you って言ってるよ。
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Pluck off, Tim.
Hey!
こいつ、ク
Just
ソだな。
one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
フィルマーめずっと俺たちを尾行していたらしい。だが、誰の指示だ？あれ？ れ大体のところ見たんだけどな。
Look at all these plants. It's like,
Yeah.
strange how someone.
Thank you.
We thank you, Natasha.
But it was also me who endangered you in the first.
Well, I won't argue about that.
Santino.
No.
Then get the...
なんか、目で見るポイントとかないの？
See you at the PD?
At the
そうだね。
PD.
ちょっと待ってね。
いるじゃん、めっちゃ。鬼ほどいるじゃん。
怖い怖いよ。
気まず。
圧がやばいよ。
気まず。
Look at that. The mongrel caught himself some big game.
Now he can wag his tail.
Yuck.
The catch of a lifetime. You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
まあ、ボスコはね、書の
You
両
know,
親だから
folks,。somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the...
それそれ。
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story.
Cluck you sideways, Bosco. Nice catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your wall as trophies.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious shootout.
マーティ
If we're lucky, Marty. If we're lucky.
Please tell me there's...
If we're lucky. Gentlemen.
Gentlemen?
怒ってる。
We're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
そっちじゃないね。
確かに。
Gentlemen, I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this rather nasty situation. Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
怒りそう。
Amazing.
あ、怒ってる。こいつずっと切れてるな。
I hope we'll meet again, gentlemen.
So do I, Shakespeare. And while you're sitting in your cell, you could teach your famous manners to your friend, too.
Maybe I will, Mr. Federland.
I certainly hope so, pal.
Do you think she was part of it?
オリビアはどうなるんだろうな。
I don't think so, Marty. She seemed entirely honest. Maybe she was the only one who was honest with us the whole time.
You may be right.
Listen, Marty. Does Laura know about you and her?
That was before, Sonny. Laura and I were just getting to know each other. Olivia was only a couple of dates.
You broke her heart, didn't you?
I don't think she ever felt anything for me.
遊びの関係
Whatever you say, pal.
お、
Hey, Olivia.
Marty,
I just wanted to thank you
for what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employer's dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
そっか。もうノージョブか。
そうだよ。
I didn't even think of that.
Of course.
美人の無職いいね。
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
かっこいい。オリビアさんかっこいい。
If there's anything at all.
Thank you, Martin. There's no need for that.
遠ざけようとしてる。
So here they are, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
バカだれ。
No, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
ブラッドボイル本部長。
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
うわ、だる。
Yes, sir. We'll try.
まあその方がこのイブン・ウェスラー殺人事件をうやむやにする何かしらになるんだろうな。
Ooh, attention chicken police. Say cheese.
キモい。うざい。
ずぜえな。使わなかっただろ、その銃。なんも使わなかっただろ。すげえ、全部の一面もらっちゃってる。
すごいな。
こんな腰抜けじじいどもが。
わーい。
わーい。
ということで、一応ね、チキンポリス終わりました。
大さんありがとうございました。
あ、実際の写真。
生身の人たちだ。
生身の人たちですよ。
やっぱ CG だったんだ。へえ。
すげえ。
モーションに当ててって感じか。あ
うわー、いいな。こういうの見れるのすげえいいな。
まあなんか映画館があるよね。
ね。裏のね光景見れるのすごいいいな。
うん。
あ、やっぱパソコン使って CG 使ってね。でこれ多分声優さんだよ。すごい。いや、どんぐらいやったんだろうな。
声優側の意見だ。
いやあれ相当時間かかったはずだよ。あんな文章量私もまともにやったの 1,2 回ぐらいしかないもん。うわ、いいな。だって外国って声優っていうあれがなくてさ、これ多分あれだ、モニカさんだ多分。あ、違うな、モニカじゃないねこれ。これはマーティとキャッツエンコ。
大掛かりだね。
ものすごい人数だ。いやー、楽しかったろうな、撮影現場。
うん。Our best friends。
Our best friends。
ペットからお顔を取ったってことか。
顔もそっか、顔作らず撮ったんだ。リアルの動物をくっつけたってことじゃん。
そうなるな。
うわー、すごいね。To be continued。そう、実はですね、ラカサナでこの
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
$555-223へえ、終わりましたよ。
終わりましたね。
終わりましたね。いやー、完結しちゃった。
するだろ、それはいつかは。
いや、でもそんななんか意外とそんななんか短いなーって、こんな短いと思ってなかった。
うんうん。
ちょっとさ、さっきの555223電話してみます？メスラテしかないんで、ちょっとニューゲームで。
あ、生きてるデブだな。
ね。これで電話が通じるんでしょう
か。あ、エッチなお店の BGM。なるほどね。
どういうことですか？
これは多分クリア後のデータとかでやんじゃねえかな。
なるほど。
それか、もしかしたら、あれだ。周回要素が存在するぐらいじゃない？
ちょっと戻ってみますか。ゲームロード。
Hello, boss.
Hello, boy.
Before...
No need.
Monica.
Hey, boy.
Thanks.
You know.
Hey, mine.
No,
yeah.
What? So...
そうだよね。結局
あ、でもどっかからやれるタイミングはあるんだろうな。
あると思うな。
Albert was madly in love with the...
どっか移動できればいいんだけどね。
うん。
まあでもひとまず終了ですよ。
うんうん。対戦ありがとうございました。
ねえ。エクストラかな。アートギャラリー。
ないものもあるってことはやっぱあるんだろうな、別要素が。
お、見て見て。
おー、設定資料集があるね。これ絶対ナターシャだな。星付きがナターシャすぎる。これカラスだな。
いや、ナターシャの歌ってる時の衣装だね、多分。
あ、そういうこと？
うん。マーティだ、マーティ。
めっちゃチャッチー銃持ってる。
マーティと多分ボスコだね。
あ、撃たれたシーンだ。
すごいなぁ。あはは、これはかわいい。
こっから撮ったんだな。
ね、すごい。
あ、これで撮影したんだ。
かわいいね。
ちゃんと正面から撮らなくちゃいけないから。
そうね。
なんでこんなドット調からスタートしてるんだ。
最初はドットのつもりになったのかもね。
あ、それはちょっとあるかもな。あ、こういう、これの予定だったのが、なんかテンション上がっちゃって、もう全部実写で撮っちゃわないとか言い出したのかな。
マジか。あ、モリーのちゃんとした写真だよ。
うん。躍動感があるな。
ね。なんか
強そ
日本にもこういう写真なかった。
ああ、なんか岩倉施設さんみたいなやつ。
そうそうザ・ホップドッグすごい動物
取ってきたんだ。
いや、いいね。今の CG
なんて言って動物園に許可取りに行くんだこれ。
ゲームに使いたいのでとかいう感じじゃないの？
はって言われちゃわない？なんすか？
あ、でも最近はそんなに。いやでもそれからこれが生まれるのはすごいよな。
だね。
ナターシャ、ジップ。ジップ好きだったな、結構キャラクターとして。
うんうん。
エッチな絵。
エッチな絵だね。だいぶエッチな絵だね。あーエッチ。どこで作業してんだよ。なるほどね。この容疑者リストね。医者は絶対何かしてるし。
いやいや、そんなことない。そんなことないよ。
こいつも絶対なんかしてる。
あ、クローベルクロニクルシ。
チキンポリスが帰ってきた。とのこと。
最後のね。実績。
まだあるなぁ。尋問系が多いかな。
あー、そうだね。
いやでもハイドもあるな。でもハイドがあるってことは多分別エンドがあるな。
そうだね。
まああるだろう。
ということで改めてお疲れ様でした。どうでしたか、このゲームやってみて。
いや普通に面白かったんじゃないですか。予想は超えてきてるし、まあなんかこういうゲームやりたいな、こういうゲームあるんやな、あ、こういうゲーム楽しいんだなっていうまあ感じがしますね。
いや、実はちょっと前にも話したかもしれないんですけど、このゲームの続編を今作成中だそうで。
ですね。
ね、リプライをもらったんですけどね。
なんか作者がなんか話題に出してるツイート全部に新作出ますよってツイートしまくってて。
そうで、サンクスって私は連絡をして相手からいいねが来たんですけど、
なんかやっぱコードプリーズでよかったんじゃないの？
嘘。コード
I play my stream ever みたいな。プリーズアクティビティコードルマオーとかでよかったんじゃない？
英語に堪能だったらやってたかも。まあでも DM で連絡取れそうだったらちょっと取ってみようかなとは思ってるよ。面白そうだから。
そこまでアクティブなんだ。
いや、私はもうアクティブじゃないと今まで何でここまで上がってきたんだが。
ちゃんと遊ばなきゃいけなくなっちゃうのめんどくさいの。
あ 続編来年出るんだっけ、確か予定では。
ああね。
っていうなんかね、ツイートされていたので、また続編出たらやろうよ。面白かったし。ね。ということで、今日はね、これで終わりにしようかなと思います。次何のゲームやろうかね。
ね。
ね。悩んじゃうけども。ちょっとね。あ、そうだ、8月もう終わりだからさ、前やったさ、違う冬の僕らの続編が出てるんじゃないかな。続編というかまあ、続きというかさ。
そうなの？
出てるはず。
それ知らんかった
8月っていう風なことだったから、まあ実際にもう出てるかどうかはわかんないけれどっていうね感じだったので、ちょっとそれも含めてちょっと見直してみようかなと思っております。ということで、
はい、
お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
面白かったこれ本当に。
よかったですね。
雰囲気良かったし、ラカビー君の言ってたこのなんだっけ、何ライクっていうんだっけ、こういうの。
のある。
そうそうそう。めちゃくちゃ良かった。かっこよかったし、渋いし、セリフ回しが好き。
現代の映画とかでも結構、まあ今でも精力的にノワールは作られてるから、まあめちゃくちゃ昔の元祖ノワールを見るのが、まあちょっとしんどいなと思う場合は、まあ最近作られてるやつとか、あとはまあゲームでもね、マイアミポリスとかは、ロックスターから出てるマイアミポリスとかはこれ系のゲームなので、いいかもしれないですね。
なのでちょっとね、またぜひこういう感じのゲームもやりたいですね。
はい。
なんかノベルゲーとしてめちゃくちゃ良かった。楽しかった。じゃあぜひ遊びましょう。ということで今日はこれで終わりにしようと思います。見てくださった皆さん本当にありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。あ、そうだ、次何やってほしいかとか、もしなんかこのゲーム面白いですよみたいなのがあったらこっそり教えてください。ではでは終わりにしましょう。お疲れ様でした。あ、そうだった。待機枠を作ります。いや、こっちのお話です。
なるほどね。
9月の予定で出次第9月に差し替えようと思います。お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
わーい。